Alright, there we go. Hey guys, Zomb Phox here, and today we're doing the live stream for the Panthers regular season finale against the Atlanta Falcons. Thank God the season's over. This was a tough season to watch. Now, I'm just gonna go post on X that we're live for this, talk about it. I just spelled Falcons wrong on that tweet. I just realized that. I'm gonna have to delete that. So give me 1 second. I am live for the Panthers versus Falcons. Spelled that wrong again. Falcons regular season finale. And I spelled it right this time. I love how sometimes it just doesn't tell me when I spell something wrong. So, post. There we go. So yes, for those of you who do not know, hello G-Man, I see Nope said he's going to be a little late this once. Now, in case you do not know how the playoff scenario works, the Falcons, despite their god-awful mid to late season, they're still alive in the playoff race. It's very simple. If the Buccaneers win, they're in. If they lose and the Falcons win, the Falcons get in. I do not know how the tiebreaker stuff works, like ties. I didn't check. I can actually check that real quick though since we still got like 10 minutes before the game starts. So, NFC. Okay, so if the Buccaneers tie, they'll still make it. So the Buccaneers have to lose. A tie gets the Buccaneers in. The Falcons have to win. It's basically that simple. Because the Falcons need a win to get to 9 wins. The Buccaneers need a loss to get to 8 losses. And in terms of tiebreaker, the Falcons have it because of the games against Tampa Bay. So, yeah, that's kind of how it is. Then, of course, tonight's game is the big one between the Lions and Vikings, where it's simply put whoever wins gets the 1 seed, and whoever loses drops all the way to the 5 seed, which is crazy to think about, but is how that one is. So, yeah. Now, again, this is going to be the regular season finale. Will I stream a playoff game? Maybe the wild card round? I don't know for sure. I do not know that. But yeah, we are, of course, streaming this one for obvious reasons. I mean, it's the regular season finale. It's the end of this not-so-great Panthers season. So, as for the Panthers season, I'll probably talk about it more when more people who are Panthers fans join in. But overall, I would say this is one that overall got one good thing. It showed that we have a coach. Very early on, I was very critical of Dave Canales, whereas most of the media was, praising him. And then when most of North Carolina media was hating on him, I was actually saying he was doing a good job. And now we're seeing that he has, in fact, done a pretty good job. The only issues is Bryce Young. The problem with how the whole situation was handled is now we're getting to a point where the last, 8-ish games he's played anywhere from okay to very well. And so now there's a lot of false hope and hopium going on about Bryce Young and his potential. So it's in that weird situation where, also thanks to us winning last week or 2 weeks ago against the Cardinals, we kind of screwed over our draft position. The Panthers would have been much better off, obviously, losing out the last few games of the season to get a top pick. I understand some people are going to say that, technically the Panthers' biggest need is edge rusher. But if we had lost to the Cardinals, we would be guaranteed a top 4 pick if we lose this game. So, we kind of hurt our draft position a lot in this one. And if we win this game, pending how other things go, we could drop another 4 or 5 spots. Let me see. Tankathon. Yeah, so as of right now, the Panthers have the 6th overall pick. If we end up winning this game, we drop to 5 wins, which, depending on how every other game goes, could potentially put us in 10th. Because I think New Orleans probably is. Let me see. Strength of schedule. Panthers are worse strength of schedule. Yeah, so we'll drop to 10th if we lose this game. If we win this game, that's not good. If we win this game and drop to 10, that's not good. Because then we definitely could end up losing out on some big players that we really need, which does suck. But it is what it is. So yeah, that's just. Panthers, there's just a lot of issues. I feel like this team is getting to that weird point where we're getting too much hope overall in the team, and sometimes hope isn't a great thing. And one of those is quarterback, because now we have to wait until next season to see what we have in Bryce Young, which admittedly we're going to have to anyway because of us winning the end and not being able to draft a top QB. Because let's be very clear, this quarterback class is two guys. It's Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders. Everybody else is a full tier below. Like, people talk about Carson Beck or, Quinn Ewers being potential steals. Like, sure, one of them might end up being a decent quarterback, but, like, they very much feel like Will Levis, a couple of years ago. They're a guy that has upside, but from what we've seen has proven why they don't deserve to be a top 5 pick. Like, Carson Beck did nothing but lose his draft stock, in my opinion. I understand that Georgia had a lot of drop concerns and drop issues, but whenever I watched Georgia, I never looked at Carson Beck and said, that guy's really good. I just never did. Especially when you consider the fact that he was supposed to be better than the last couple guys they had, better than Stetson Bennett, better than Jake Fromm, and he really didn't feel like he was that much better, if at all better than them, at least in the college level. Not a good thing. Quinn Ewers, very similar story. I mean, yes, Texas is still winning, but Ewers has not been that elite QB that people were kind of expecting him to be. So, concerns there. And then Jalen Milroe declaring for the draft. A lot of people are kind of shocked at that, considering the fact that his draft stock kind of tanked a lot at the end of the year. The last couple games of the season, especially the Oklahoma game, really hurt him. So, is what it is. But the quarterback class, we're going to be with Bryce next year, and it's going to be a very big year. I would say that, I don't expect them to, but there should not be any sort of contract negotiations with Bryce after the season. Obviously, we need to have his third season, see if he is our guy or not. And that's pretty much it. I think that this season, Canales has given himself at least 3 more years of leeway, and I mean 3 years barring like the team goes 1-15 next season. Because what Canales did this year and overall is he gave himself enough proof of what he can do and the overall team to say that if Bryce isn't the guy next year, he'll be allowed to draft his own quarterback and get 2 seasons with that quarterback. Essentially, don't do what Chicago's done. The issue with Chicago is they'll draft a quarterback with a head coach, then fire that coach 1 year later, which is how you get into this perennial hell the Chicago Bears are in. Because the bottom line is, I was always somebody who said Caleb was overrated, but the fact is, he's getting screwed over in Chicago. Fields got screwed over in Chicago. Even Trubisky, to an extent, he had a year where he looked pretty good. But overall, the Bears are in this cycle where they keep getting new coaches, then they draft a quarterback, but they were stuck using the past quarterback for a couple of years, so their leash was super short, so that when with the rookie quarterback they weren't doing good, they got fired. That was why the decision to get rid of Fields made no sense to me. Because if you were going to keep Eberflus, you have to keep the quarterback in Fields. Instead, you kept Eberflus, but then got rid of Justin Fields and then fired Eberflus anyway because of that god-awful Thursday night football game, or Thursday day game in Thanksgiving, and yeah. The Panthers game is, pending where you are, it's regional broadcast on CBS. Obviously, in NC, you get it. So if you are watching on broadcast TV, Fox, ABC, CBS, blah, 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 it is on CBS if you're in that regional area, which it is here, and I would assume pretty much in like Atlanta, Georgia. That's probably where it's going to be viewed. I wouldn't be shocked if it's like nowhere else. Let me see, Week 18 NFL regional coverage map. I would assume that that's where the games are, but let me just pull up the regional broadcast from Sporting News. Coverage map. Okay, so CBS singles games. Red. Okay, actually, the Panthers Falcons is on most of the country between that one and the Bills Patriots. So, the Northwest, part of the Southwest, the whole Southeast, and the pretty much entire just North, like not Northeast, but just North, all pretty much get this game. I'm kind of shocked this is the game. Well, I mean, it makes sense. This is a playoff game because, again, the Falcons technically are, but yeah. Because usually it'll say not in my area, but it doesn't say that this time. Yeah, I mean, this one is a playoff game because technically in a lot of ways because the Falcons are still in the playoff race. So it's in this whole 1 p.m. window, I'm pretty sure there's really only 2 games that matter. I do not remember if the commies can change their draft, or not draft spot, can change their seeding spot. But overall, the Saints, Buccaneers, and Panthers, Falcons are really the only 2 games that actually matter in the 1 p.m. window due to that determining the NFC South. So I think they are probably the 2 games that most people are going to be getting. I know some people, like I said, a lot of people are getting the Bills Patriots for some reason, but yeah. And then, of course, the 4 p.m. windows where you have like the more important ones, mainly the whole Lions Falcons at 8 p.m. and then of course the Dolphins Broncos Bengals situation at 4 o'clock. I know in NC we're getting the Dolphins Jets and the Chiefs Broncos. So we're getting the two games that matter. I believe it was the Chiefs Broncos. So we're getting the two games that really matter at this window. Yeah, because I'm a Panthers fan from Boston, so it's hard to watch a lot. Yeah, I mean, regional broadcast is, you understand why it exists, but sometimes it really sucks, especially when if you want to watch your team, you have to spend a ton of money to get like specific things that are just not worth it. So yeah, I definitely see that, but yeah, this game though does matter a lot because of the playoff thing, so it's probably more easy to get. And Week 18 is always weird like that, since they always flex every game because there is no game ever scheduled. But yeah, so as for this game, let's put out the poll since we've still got a couple of minutes. Let's put out a poll. Who wins? So we misclicked that. Who wins? Falcons. I'll answer that question once I put up this poll, because I did just have it up. Falcons, Panthers. So there is the poll, who wins today's game. Note that the Falcons do need a win and a Buccaneers loss to make the playoffs, and that is the only way. Ties, they're screwed. What's the highest pick we can get at the end of the day? So let's put up Tankathon, everybody's favorite site if you are tanking. I did not mean to make a new window. So we're just not loading. Okay, thank you. So at this exact moment, the Panthers have the 6th overall pick at a 4-12 record. The determining factor is strength of schedule. The New York Jets are playing the Dolphins, if I remember correctly. Let me pull it up because that matters. The Dolphins, yes, they are playing the Dolphins. So the Dolphins are at 8-8, and the Falcons are also at 8-8. But as of now, it looks like we hold the tiebreaker over the Jets. If the Panthers and Jets lose, strength of schedule pretty much stays the same, but the Panthers have the edge there. So if we lose, we would have to have the Giants win. If every team ahead of us wins, we can move up to the 2nd pick technically. Because, let me see. Win percentage, 3 and 14. Yeah, I forgot the Browns are updated because they... Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I apologize. The Browns won, so they're lost, so their season's already over. So we can move up to 2, technically speaking. 3, my bad. So 3 is where we can move up. It's just weird because the Browns played yesterday, and it makes it look really weird up here. We can technically move up to 3. If the Patriots, Tennessee Titans, and Giants all win, they go to 4 and 12. So they all be tied with the Panthers record-wise. But New England's strength of schedule would be the weakest of all of them, so they would still stay at number 2. The Panthers could technically jump to number 3 if the Jaguars win, Giants win, and Titans win. So, very slim odds we move up that high, obviously, considering the... But technically speaking, the Patriots are playing the backups for Buffalo. Allen's supposed to play like a snap or two, like one drive. So, it is possible the Patriots do get the W, which... They control their destiny for the number 1 overall pick, so who knows. The Giants, they seemingly do this every year. They win out when they shouldn't, and they screw themselves over. Titans probably do lose. So our real best case scenario that could probably happen is move up like 2 spots. Basically have like the Giants end up winning a game and the Jags somehow pulling off a W and we move up like 2 spots. That's probably the best case scenario that's somewhat realistic. That's not like ingesting so much hopium. That's probably what it is, because the Titans play the Texans. I do not think they're going to be playing a ton, but yeah. But, yeah, the Panthers, it's, yeah, I was talking about this earlier. It's a very weird season that overall happened. And then the draft, of course, is going to be a big deal, because there's just a lot of issues with the Panthers team. Like, we had that couple of games where we ended up winning that debatably shouldn't have, but... A lot of questions. I've seen people want them to draft another running back because of the question about Brooks and his health since he got hurt again. And then how the team looked really good when they were using that 2 RB system. So some people want to see them draft another running back. This is a pretty deep class. There's a lot of guys you could draft. I'm pretty sure Scadaboo is not expected to go super high. Of course, UNC's Amarian Hampton declared for the draft. That would be another local guy. And then Gene T, I believe, has declared for the draft as well. I'm pretty sure. But, a lot of questions on those. So it's a running back class, but we need an edge rusher. Would you support us drafting Abdul Carter? He's the edge rusher from Penn State, right? Abdul Carter. I believe that's who I'm thinking of. Yeah, he's the defensive end from Penn State. I wouldn't be against it. I get why it is, because the biggest problem was we fumbled the whole Brian Burns situation. We could have traded him for 2 firsts, decided not to for legitimately no reason. So we screwed ourselves over by not trading him, then let him go for a bag of chips. So we need an edge rusher, because pretty much our pass rush is one defensive tackle, Derek Brown. So I wouldn't be against it. Now, wide receiver is still a big question. Xavier Legette was supposed to be the number 1 receiver this year. He was. He was the guy we traded up for. We traded up one whole spot for him, but we traded up for him. And in the end, he has been a very inconsistent player. He's had a lot of drop issues. He's been a great media guy, but as an overall wide receiver, Adam Thielen still should not be our best receiver. Adam Thielen was our best receiver by a country mile this season. When he was healthy, he was easily the best we had. So, in a lot of ways, I actually do want us to get a receiver, but I've always said the Panthers are a defense team first. When we went to the Super Bowl with Cam, the offense was Cam, Greg Olsen, 2 good linemen, and that was it. The defense was really good. The defense has always been the most important thing in the Panthers in their history, so I would prefer us drafting Abdul Carter, just a great edge rusher, something like that. Even though we have issues on offense that we need to be addressed, defense is what the team is founded on. Get the defense good, and then worry about everything afterward. Especially since we still don't know for sure if Bryce is that guy. I was talking about this earlier. We need to see what he does in year 3, because so far in his body of work, it was a god-awful rookie year, an even worse start to 2024, and then ending the season good. So, from what we've seen, Bryce overall is still not a good quarterback. And that's saying overall. Again, he looked really good the second half of the season when he came back from the benching. But we still don't know if he's that guy. So drafting a receiver to help him, I understand it. But at the same time, it's still, you're putting a lot of faith in that. I would just build up the defense. David Tepper loved that bag of chips. Man, I know I've talked about it in past streams, but when you're getting offered 2 firsts for an edge rusher that is not elite, he's really good, he's not an elite edge rusher, and you don't take that, that's malpractice. As an owner, GM, whatever, that's malpractice. That is a free trade that you take every time. Can't believe we didn't take it. Oh, and I forgot to say this. Happy New Year. This is the first stream of the new year on the channel, and the game is about to be kicked off. Panthers are kicking the ball off to Atlanta. Again, remember, Atlanta needs to win this game to stay alive, and they need Tampa Bay to lose. The ball is going to be returned. It is up to the 20, the 25, and he's going to be tackled just shy of the 30-yard line. So we're going to be closing the poll here. It ended 50-50 on the poll, 50% saying that the Panthers will win, 50% will say that the Falcons will win. Again, somehow the Falcons can make the playoffs. It's really weird to think that they somehow can, and that they're going to host a playoff game if they make it, but this NFL season itself has been really weird, so maybe not too shocking, but yeah. Michael Penix is, of course, starting for the Falcons again after they benched Kirk and are probably going to cut him in a few weeks, but yeah. Penix is in shotgun, 1 man behind him, a bit of motion just behind him. Hands off the ball on first down. It is going to be about a 4-yard gain to about the 32 or 33. Excuse me. Just glad the Panther season is over. I'm just really glad it's going to be over. This was a very not fun season to be a part of. Another year of the team just losing game after game. They got everybody's hopes up for 2 weeks, and then they just shot it all down. Penix is once again in shotgun, 1 man to his right, 1 man behind him. 2nd and 6. Motion in front. Ball is snapped. Hands the ball off again. And it is going to be about a 5-yard gain. It is going to be 3rd and 1. I'm watching Bears-Packers. That game does that game have anything to play for the Packers, or are they stuck in the seed they're in? because with the whole 7 seed thing, it's just so much more unbearable to have to keep track of all the seeding. They're pretty much locked in at the 5 seed, right? Like they can't really move, or the 6 seed, I mean. And there's going to be a first down rush for the Falcons, and they're going to get about 2 more yards, first down. Because I think the Packers are kind of stuck in that 6 seed, right? And then the 7 seed is going to be the Commies. Or can the Commies overtake the Packers for that seed? Because I didn't check. I only checked the main playoff scenarios, the clinching ones. I didn't bother to check the seeding stuff because I don't think it really matters all that much. 7 seed versus 6 seed, it's oh no, you have to play a great team instead of a great team. Once again, Penix is in shotgun, one man to his left, one man behind him. Still has not thrown a pass yet. Let's see if that changes here. Drops back. He is going to throw. Throws it quick out to the right, and it is incomplete through it too wide right of his receiver. Crazy that a 7 seed could be 12-5. Yeah, I mean, especially when you consider the fact that, just a few years ago, there was only the 6 seeds, right? A 12-5 team missing the playoffs would have been considered, unbelievable. And I mean, it's the same way, right? It's a 14-win team is going to be a wild card, right? Which that, I think, is even more crazy. A 14-win team is a wild card. That's insane. Penix is once again in shotgun. He has Bijan right behind him. 2nd and 10. Ball is snapped. He drops back to pass. Looks out to his left. Throws it. And it is a nice pass out to the edge. It is going to be going out of bounds, though. It is still about a 20-yard gain. Kadero Hodge. Falcons. Oh, my God. Yeah, if he did not step out of bounds, he legitimately probably would have housed that. I'll be back shortly. All right, we'll see you in a second, G-Man. Yeah, if Hodge does not go out of bounds there, he probably would have housed that. All right, 1st and 10 at the Panthers 34. Once again, Penix is dropped back, and he's going to throw out to his left. It is going to be too high of a pass, incomplete. 2nd down. I will say, these playoffs are probably going to be, I don't know why I got a feeling there's going to be, a decent amount of upsets. I just have a feeling that a lot of these teams that won their divisions are just, ticking time bombs to lose. The Texans feel like they're going to be a one and done. The Ravens historically have choked in the playoffs. Wouldn't be shocked if they blow it somewhere. The Eagles, I feel like, might get bounced early. The Lions, even if they win the 1 seed, I have a feeling they might be one and done just because their defense is going to be so banged up, but it's going to be interesting to see. Penix is once again in shotgun. He drops back to pass. Throws it out to his right, and it is going to be caught just shy of a first down unless they give him a really generous spot. Yeah, it looks like they're going to be about 3rd and 1, which is definitely what it should be. I mean, we've only seen a couple games of Penix, but so there's not really too much to say about him, honestly. He's not even been, great. He's just been not bad, which is what Kirk was. Bijan is going to run it out to the left. He bounces out, and he's going to get a first down and much more. Goes out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Colts already scored. Okay. Yeah, and then in terms of random stuff, other stuff going on, the Fantasy League for the channel, yes, we are playing during Week 18 because it's funny, though odds are it's pretty much already decided who's going to win the championship. I did make it to our league's championship, but barring a literal miracle, I am going to lose. I was down 50 points after Week 1. My opponent scored 180 points. Just nothing I really could have done, So, yeah. Penix is once again in shotgun with one man behind him. He's going to fake the handoff, and he's going to look out left. He gets hit as he throws, and it is going to be incomplete. Alec Pierce with the immediate touchdown for the Colts. We love to see that. Alec Pierce, baby. Love that jersey. 40-yard touchdown bomb. Gotta love it. 2 Micah Parsons sacks to open the drive. So, he is going to just be padding his stats. That's what it looks like. He's just going to stat pad this time. Penix is once again in the backfield. Shotgun drops back to throw. Looks out to his left, throws, and it is going to be incomplete. That was a just pure drop. That was a bad drop. But yeah. 3rd and 10 for the Falcons. Let's go back over here. Third and 10 for the Atlanta Falcons. They will be having to kick a field goal if they not get the first down. Obviously, they are within easy range, but with Younghoe Koo this season, who knows? Penix, once again, is in shotgun. Still has not been under center for a single time this game. Drops back to throw, looks out to his left, throws it in the end zone. It is incomplete. Nearly a catch, nearly a touchdown, but it is incomplete. The Falcons will kick a field goal. And let's see, what are the scores of the other games at this exact moment? So at the moment, the Texans-Titans in a game nobody is watching is 0-0. Giants-Eagles is 0-0. Colts are up 7-0 over the Jaguars. Commies-Cowboys 0-0. Bears-Packers 0-0. And the Saints-Buccaneers is also 0-0. Bills-Pats is also 0-0. So a lot of 0-0s. Granted, it's only been about 5 minutes. And also, most of these teams that are playing right now aren't good. Or they're playing their backups. The kick is up, and it is barely good. 3-0 lead for the Atlanta Falcons with 11 minutes and 8 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Again, Falcons somehow still alive, but yeah. I mean, let's look at the stats over here. I'm going to go look at the Colts game. Yeah, I did go to my first NFL game, I've gone to a couple preseason games, but considering the fact that the Panthers are the only team somewhat near me, and even then they're hours away, I really haven't gone to an NFL regular season game. Went to the Giants-Colts game last week, and it was a good time. It was the one Giants game all year. It was actually really good, and I got to watch Pierce score a touchdown. And he just scored another one today. Gotta love seeing that. Cincinnati guys. Gotta love the game-issued signed jersey over there. Yeah, good old Alec Pierce. Easily one of my favorite players in the NFL. But it was a fun time. I really did enjoy it. I also went to the Pinstripe Bowl. Okay, so it's not reaching. Okay, well, yeah, okay, my camera can't reach it, but, this little white thing, that is the very bottom of the pennant I got at the Pinstripe Bowl between Nebraska and BC. Not a great game. BC made it kind of close in the end. They blocked a punt, scored a touchdown, but it really wasn't a great game. Not as good as the Giants-Cowboys game. Which, as I put on an X, I've been to 5 non-preseason football games in my life that, were professional/college games. Easily the best one I went to was that Giants game. Purely the game itself, it was that one that was the best ever. Then everything else was distant second, third, fourth, and fifth. With fifth obviously being this last year's UFL championship where the Stallions won 25-0. Not a fun game to watch in person. It was cool I was on the Stallions side, so, better, but yikes, what a game. Yeah, speaking of the UFL, we are just a couple months away from the 2025 UFL season. I was planning to stream every single Michigan Panthers game this season, and I'm going to try to, but because of regional coverage, might not be able to, because that one, Week 8 game where it's going to be regional coverage with the Battlehawk Stallions, which would suck, but, you win some, you lose some. Week 6, Falcons 38-20 over the Panthers. One of the last times we looked at Kirk Cousins as the QB for the Falcons. 2019, dude. This team is not great. It would be very Panthers to win this game. I'm really hoping they don't. The Falcons in the playoffs would really suck. The Buccaneers are just a better team in every facet. But it's just, dude, the Panthers, we need a better draft pick. We can't win this game and drop 4 spots. Because we might not be able to draft, Carter, really good wide receiver. Kick is going to be out of bounds in the backfield, or going to be out in the backfield, so it's going to be a touchback. Panthers will get the ball. Let's see what they can pull off here. They are showing the Saints-Buccaneers score. The Saints did kick a 35-yard field goal. It is 3-0 New Orleans over Tampa Bay. Carolina is going to be starting with the ball at the 30-yard line. Again, they're showing the clinching scenarios. Like we said earlier, the Buccaneers have to lose and the Falcons have to win. No other situation. Ties do not matter. A tie on either game clinches the Buccaneers for the playoff spot. Bryce is going to be under center in the first down play. Motion behind him and one man about 7 yards back from him. Ball is snapped, and he fakes the pitch out to his left, throws out right for a 5-yard gain. Slow to get up, and still not up. That's not good. He gets up, but he's still not moving super fast. Looks like he's probably going to the sideline. Yeah, not good. Let's see. Yeah, he just got hit really hard in the lower back there. Xavier Legette, rookie this year, has had his ups and downs. Hasn't been, insane this year. Hasn't really been all that great. Has shown flashes, but like that Eagles game where he had that awful drop, a lot of things like that. Bit of motion behind Bryce, who was under center, and he hands off the ball for about a 2.5 to 3 yard gain, depending on the spot they give him. It is going to be 3rd down and about 2.5. Interesting season for Bryce Young. Yeah, that is a good way to describe it. Really is. It's interesting. All right, Bryce, let's see what he does here. Looks like he's going to be lining up in shotgun for the first time today. 3rd and 3. One man out to his right in the backfield with him. 2 out left, 2 out right. Let's see. Ball is snapped. He drops back to pass. Looks to his left. Throws a somewhat deep shot up to the 40. It is going to be caught for a first down by Adam Thielen at about the 40-yard line. Like I was saying earlier, best receiver on the Panthers is Adam Thielen by a country mile. Not even close. Nobody else has been even remotely as good as him this year. All right, let's go over here. Tanner McKee for the Eagles touchdown. Oh my God, Tanner McKee is wild. Joe Milton has replaced quarterback Drake May. Wow. Okay, so my fantasy season is officially cooked. Thielen with the pass out to the right. It is going to be caught at the 20-yard line. A bit of trickery by Carolina, and it does pay off. And Sanders just pointed the wrong way twice. So that wasn't Thielen, my apologies. That was Jalen Coker, who has arguably been better than Xavier Legette this season, despite being like a UDFA. He's been probably the best player we picked up in the whole draft cycle. He's been really solid the last few weeks. It was a great throw, and that was hilarious that Sanders pointed the wrong way twice. Let's see. Carolina Panthers leading receivers. First down play is going to be a rush up the middle for about 1 yard gain. Not much, but yeah. Let's see. The Panthers receiving leaders this season. That's not what I wanted to see, bruh. (2024) Yeah, Jalen Coker is only 50 yards behind Legette entering this game, despite playing less games than him. That's not good. It's not good for your first-round receiver. Quick pass out to the left by Bryce is going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Going to be 3rd and 9. Yeah, let's see. This season, heading into this game, Coker has played 5 less games, started much fewer, has more yards after catch, a better yards per reception, only 2 less touchdowns, and has had that 83-yard bomb, which did naturally inflate his stats, but still. Considering he hasn't played nearly as much, yikes for Legette. Just yikes. And now let's see here. 3rd and 9 for Bryce. He's in the backfield with 2 guys, one to his left, one to his right. Ball is snapped. He drops back to pass, throws it out to his left for an end zone shot that is too high, incomplete. So the Panthers will be kicking a field goal to try and tie this game up 3-3. Yikes. Not a great throw. Go over here. Drake May being replaced, bro. It's the final week of this season. They put Joe Milton in. It was a good season while it lasted fantasy. It really was. Kick is up, and it is good. The Panthers have tied the game 3-3. Again, best case scenario is the Panthers do not win this game. A win is really bad for us. Yikes. Now, as for the score check around the league, since again we are in a commercial break thanks to the field goal, the Giants-Eagles is 7-0 Eagles over Giants. Texans are up 7-0 over the Titans. Jags have tied up the game 7-7. The Cowboys 3-0 over the Commies. Packers-Bears still 0-0. Bills-Pats 0-0. And the most important one, the Buccaneers-Saints is 3-0. Let's see. Colts, 1 reception. Go back over here. Man, there's a lot of work in when I got back. When I got back from vacation, man, I had to put in so much work. Like, I'm kind of glad that the UFL schedule didn't release for like a couple days later than it was expected. Mitchell being wrong was it's one of those rarities, but it did happen. But yeah, the schedule when it came out, making that video in less than an hour and posting it in under an hour when the schedule released was tough, but I was able to get it done. As you probably all saw, posted all 8 of the team shorts the past 2 days, so got those done. And there's a lot of other stuff I've been working on around the house when I got back, and I'm still doing a lot of stuff. It's just been a lot of work. And then to do this stream, putting in the work ever since I got back. I mean, it's only been like 4 days or 5 days since I got back, and just trying to do everything I can, But, hey, it is what it is. We just hit like 950 subscribers, so we're getting close to the big 1,000. And then, of course, the UFL season, less than 3 months away, and gonna do some of those videos, soon. We don't know officially the 8 coaches, though we pretty much know the 8 coaches. But the ranking schedules from hardest to or easiest to hardest will be probably coming out in like a week or 2. Then the State of the Channel video will probably come out in like a week or 2. And then other stuff. Like, I'm probably going to do one last regular season UFL to NFL video this week. And then my community members video will probably be an NFL playoff bracket. Like, I know there's a lot of other stuff to talk about with sports, but the NFL playoff bracket is, the big one. I did the CFB one last week, which my college football bracket is like, my champion's still alive, but the bracket itself is completely shot. I got every single second round matchup wrong, except the team I had going to the national championship and winning, and that's Notre Dame. I picked Notre Dame to win the championship, and there's the only team that lasted. I had Boise beating Penn State, wasn't right. I had ASU beating Clemson, really wrong, though ASU almost beat Texas. And then I had Oregon beating Ohio State, which, yikes. Kickoff is going to be at the 25, the 30, return to the 31-yard line by Atlanta. Yeah, my college football bracket took a big hit. I mean, I still believe in Notre Dame. I still think Notre Dame's going to win the national championship, though. I had that feeling they were really underrated because that one terrible loss to NIU very early in the season. And the fact is, their strength of wins and schedule was much better than like other teams in the playoffs. Like, for instance, Texas really didn't play a tough SEC schedule, right? Penn State didn't really play a tough Big Ten schedule. The only games they played against good teams, they lost. Granted, they kept them close, but still. Notre Dame's going to beat them. They're going to the championship. Penix hands the ball off on first down. Bijan gets about half a yard. Not a good play, but yeah. Yeah, my NFL bracket is going to be a huge kind of risk because I'm just, let's see. Buccaneers attempted a 52-yard field goal, which was good. It is tied with 5 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Yeah, my NFL playoff bracket is either going to be really smart or really bad because a couple teams I have that I think are going to go to the Super Bowl are ones where if they lose in the first round, my bracket's screwed. I really don't think either one seed's making it to the Super Bowl. I just don't see it. I don't see the Vikings line. The Vikings, Lions, and Chiefs, I think the Vikings have the best shot to make the Super Bowl, honestly. Penix drops back to throw. Quick out to the right is going to be caught for about 7-8 yards. And his helmet comes off, and he got about to the 40. Going to be about 3rd and 1. I don't know why. It's just the Chiefs, I've just got that feeling that, like, they're not being that great is going to come back to bite them in, like, the championship game. Though I wouldn't be shocked to make the Super Bowl. I just don't see the Lions doing it. Like, I know everybody loves the Lions, but the Lions, when you look at their defense, Like, their whole defense is missing basically a starter everywhere. I mean, you can't win the Super Bowl if you're going to be allowing 40-plus points a game. Yes, their offense is insanely good, insanely talented, just player after player, but you have to have a defense. There's a reason why the saying is defense wins championships. 3rd and 1, Penix is in shotgun. He hands the ball off to Bijan, who barely gets it, depending on where they spot him. The Texans, yeah, they're not playing for anything. Texans are clinched at the 4 seed. Texans are probably a one and done. I would be shocked if they win, especially since they have to play the 5 seed. Well, actually, take it back, because I'm pretty sure the Steelers are clinched for the 5 seed, I think. Which, yeah, if it's the Steelers-Texans, that's going to be hilarious, because neither of those teams has any right to be in the divisional round. Like, neither of them do, and one of them will be. That'd be hilarious. 4th and 1, they are going to be going for it. Penix is under center. He drops back to hand the ball off to Bijan, who does get the first down. Somewhat of a risky play call there. Bijan started about 5 yards back, but they did get it. First down Atlanta at the 41-yard line of their territory. That's a bold play call. Like, you know, I'm not a huge fan of it. I get the head start, running head start, but when you're starting like 5 yards back behind your QB, you're basically making it to where you need, instead of, 1 yard or 2 yards, you're needing about like 7 yards to get a first down. It's a risky play call, but it did work out for them there. 1st and 10 for Atlanta. Penix is in shotgun, one man to his right, one man behind him. He's got 2 receivers out left. Motions Bijan out left as well. Looks to throw over the middle. He's scrambling to his left, does a quick out, and is going to be about a 7-yard gain to about the 47-yard line. Going to be about 2nd and 4. Tyler Algier, bro's been like so good, and he keeps getting screwed over because they just got Bijan and all that. I will say though, if the Bengals make the playoffs, it's going to be very interesting to see what they do. The Bengals are like the Lions in a lot of ways, except I actually trust their offense more purely because Joe Burrow is just that guy. That offense, yikes, it can be really good. I know they didn't play their best football against the Steelers, but when you have a Trey Hendrickson on defense, that can get you a couple of free plays that you just need. Penix hands the ball off on 2nd down to Algier, who gets barely enough for the first down unless they call him out pretty shy. Even then, it'll be 3rd and 1. But yeah, the Bengals, if they make the playoffs, they can be a very dangerous team. Because compared to them to the Lions, right, when you have a pass rusher like Trey Hendrickson, he's somebody who can single-handedly change a game, not to the same degree that a TJ Watt can, but he still can do that, and that offense is just insanely talented. And Burrow's gotten the team to the Super Bowl before. It's just they have Zach Taylor, head coach, which is an automatic like anchor on your flag. I mean, that's a yikes for a head coach. But I don't know, the Bengals, I feel like they could make it to a deep run. I just don't see them winning it, even if they make it. The Dolphins and Broncos are probably both going to be one and dones, pending to get really lucky. But yeah. 3rd and 1, it is going to be a rush up the middle for a first down. Because whoever makes that seed has to play the Bills, and, I mean, you have to travel to Buffalo. So if the Dolphins have to travel there, the narrative is Tua can't win cold weather games for a reason, because he historically cannot win cold weather games. So Dolphins are going to lose that. The Broncos do not have the offensive firepower to win a shootout over Buffalo, so they would probably lose that game. The Bengals are the only team that really could win that one. Let's see. Penix is 4 of 9 for 48 yards. Yikes. Pitches the ball out on first down. Algier gets about 7 yards on the carry. Going to be 2nd and about 6 at the 42. Only a minute 40 left in the first quarter. This first quarter has gone up pretty fast. Kirk Cousins on the back. Oh my god. What a bad signing. That was a terrible signing, Kirk Cousins signing. It's nowhere near as bad as some of these other QB signings that have happened, but it's really bad. I mean, yikes. He did nothing for them. I mean, he gave you like those couple really good games, right? Like, especially the one against Tampa Bay on Thursday Night Football. But overall, especially like the second half of the season when he was playing, he just looked awful. But I mean, is it as bad as the Deshaun Watson or Russell Wilson contracts? Hell no. But yeah. And we'll say the Cowboys starting Trey Lance is hilarious to me. Like, Trey Lance is, I think, the most. I don't know what the best way to describe it is. He should be viewed as like the biggest draft bust ever in a lot of ways. Because they traded up for him. They gave up like 3 first-round picks for him, the Niners did. And then he never saw the field. And when he did see the field, he wasn't good. Like, people act like it was bad coaching. No, even when he played, he didn't look good. And especially because this isn't somebody like, a Ryan Leaf who was great in college. This is somebody who played at like an FCS school. If I remember correctly, North Dakota State's an FCS school. Apologize if I got that wrong, but I'm pretty sure they are. Because, let me see. NDSU Division 1 AA, that's right. So they're a Division 1 AA team, and yes, we've seen guys be good from there, but even then, like, Carson Wentz, aside from his one MVP-like season, really did nothing in the NFL. But Trey Lance didn't play much football, but unlike AR-15 or AR-5, Anthony Richardson at least showed you that his raw talent is, like, astronomical. Lance never did that. Lance was like you're taking a good college QB that you think's going to work in the pros, but you didn't watch him play. So the whole decision to get him made no sense in that regard either. Because number one, it's not like he's insanely talented to a degree that like an AR-5 is, where Anthony Richardson can throw the ball 70 yards like that. He can run insanely fast and truck guys, right? Even though the whole joke of the I'm tired, I took myself out. He had the potential. Lance never had that. Lance was one of those guys who got insanely overinflated during COVID and got hyped up. He's a lot like people say Zach Wilson was. Zach Wilson had that one crazy pro day throw, and a lot of people say that's why he got drafted. That throw showed more than Trey Lance did basically his whole college career. Yet they traded up to draft him, and then he hasn't seen the field. Yikes. Terrible, terrible, but is what it is. NFL on CBS. And then 4 o'clock window, we get to see if the Dolphins make the playoffs. I kind of hope they do. It would be funny if they did, but same with the Bengals. The Broncos missing the playoffs would be hysterical because they would have literally choked I think they were up to like 90% at one point or like 80-something percent. And it would be like some stupid losing streak. Broncos. All right, I'll look at their loss streak after this. 2nd and 4. Penix is under center with Bijan behind him in the backfield. Motion behind Penix. Fakes the handoff to the right. He looks out to his left. Looks over the middle of the pass. Throws out to the right. Deep shot is going to be caught, but is it in bounds? Bijan did catch it, but is it in bounds? They are saying it was out of bounds, so it'll be an incomplete pass. Let's see. The Broncos did beat the Colts. So the Broncos have only lost 2 straight, but they only needed to win 1 game, and they're still in that same position, so... I mean, they had that 2-loss streak to the Ravens and Chiefs, and then they just lost to the Chargers and Bengals, with the Chargers game being horrific. The Bengals was also pretty bad. This is the thing. Both their losses were bad losses that they should have won, whether because it was an OT and the other team was shooting themselves in the foot, the Bengals, or it was because they had a huge lead and then choked the Broncos, or the Chargers, yeah. Penix throws out to the right, and it is going to be an incomplete pass. London did not catch it, just dropped it. I'm going to be honest, I've never bought the Drake London hype. Like, I remember back in 2022 when he was a rookie, the last, like, couple of games in the season, or it was, like, the 2 games before the end of the season, there was 2 separate 4th down plays where he got a reception, then fumbled the ball away in back-to-back weeks, and, like, nobody talked about it. And then every time I watch him, even in 2023, I've never bought the huge hype behind him. I don't know what it is. I guess it's just Falcons receiver being overrated. Because I remember Calvin Ridley was also pretty overrated. And this is before he got suspended for the gambling thing. He was also pretty overrated there. I don't know. Just Falcons receivers have something about it. Penix throws over the middle. Incomplete. They did go for it on 4th down for a weird reason. And it did not work. Kind of in no man's land. Didn't work. Panthers ball. Score is still 3-3. This Falcons, Panthers. Let's go look around the league again. Let's see. Memphis. Okay, that's not what I need to see. Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson. Yeah, the MVP race, I don't know if it's just me being like a hater to them, but I kind of feel like the MVP race is the opposite of what it is. I honestly, Joe, I honestly don't think the MVP should go to either Lamar or Allen, if I'm being completely honest. When you talk about MVP and most valuable, I just have that feeling that the Bengals have played the whole season with one defender. And Burrow has done everything he can to lead this team to the playoffs. And if they make it, I think Burrow deserves it more. Saquon, I also think deserves it more. The Eagles have a lot of question marks, and Hurts still has question marks on him, but people don't talk about it because they're waiting because of Saquon. I think both of them deserve it more than Lamar and Allen, if I'm going to be honest. I have that feeling. And then my thing with Lamar the whole season, especially early on when it was like he was the clear favorite, the biggest issue with Lamar Jackson's MVP race is that a lot of it is because of Derrick Henry. He has never had a running back even like remotely as good as him. And that's no disrespect to Mark Ingram early in his career. Derrick Henry is still a top 2 running back in the league, despite how old he is. He is insane. When you have somebody like that as a dual threat QB like Lamar, you don't add a dimension. You add like 2 dimensions to your offense. Usually when you get a good running back, you add a dimension of that play action game becomes really powerful. When you add Derrick Henry to Lamar, you're making the read option even more threatening because now you have either Lamar's speed or Derrick Henry's power, and you're adding a better play action game. So a lot of Lamar's good stats and good things are because of Derrick Henry. So MVP being valuable, I said it early on. Early on in the season, if they were to win co-MVP, I'd be down for it, but that's not going to happen. If you're going to give it to one guy, it's not Lamar. Allen, I get the narrative, and he's probably going to win it because of the narrative, because we expected the Bills to take a step back. We expected their receiving core to not be that good, with Khalil Shakur being like the number 1 receiver. Nobody thought they were going to be that good, and they were. He had that MVP moment against the Chiefs. He had that great 4th down run. I get it. MVP, I think Saquon and Burrow deserve it more. I just have that feeling. But Josh is going to win it. Young is under center. Young snaps the ball, hands the ball off on 1st down for about a 4 or 5 yard gain. Going to be just 3 yards shy of the 50-yard line. Then you also got to remember, like with Lamar, right? Lamar did play a full game yesterday, whereas Allen played like a couple snaps today, if I remember correctly. I think he's already out of the game. And that's because one of them was able to lead their team with less talent to a 2nd overall seed in the AFC. The other was still fighting to win the division. I understand everybody hates QBs being a win stat, but in this case, I think it does have some weight. The Ravens are a much better team, yet have a worse record. That does say something about the QB. Bryce snaps the ball. He drops back to throw, looks out to his right, throws a check down to Adam Thielen. Thielen makes a decent move on the defender, is able to get about 3 yards to the 50-yard line, and is going to be about 3rd and 2 at the 50-yard line. And as for Offensive Player of the Year, damn, that's a tough question. Because I think a lot of people would say it's Saquon, but Jamar Chase winning the Triple Crown, I think it should go to Saquon, because again, I think it should be MVP. But if they were going to give co-Offensive Player of the Year, this is the year to do it. Because if you win the Triple Crown as a receiver, that like should be a guaranteed OPOY, unless it's like a terrible year where it's like 1,400 yards leads the league. But I mean, he ended up with like 1,700 yards, like over 110 receptions, I believe. I think 117, and like 17 touchdowns. And especially because Jay Jetta would have to have like 220 yards to catch him in yards. Like, he would win all of the stats by a decent margin. I would give co-Offensive Player of the Year if I could, honestly. I'd give it to both of them. But if you are going to give it to just one, give it to Saquon. He would have broken the rushing record if he played today. Which, while we're in commercial, random tangent, I hate when people bring up the amount of games played for these single-season records. Like, people saying that if Saquon had broken the record, it wouldn't have counted is one of the dumbest arguments you can say. Because, number one, Dickerson doesn't have the rushing record then. OJ does. OJ had more yards per game in the games he played than Dickerson did. So then you're saying OJ is the real record holder, but nobody says that. They say Dickerson did, because all these people complaining grew up in the 16-game era, so they don't look at the 14-game era. But now we're in the 17-game era. It's going to be 17 games or more for a while. It's just how it is. Yes, specific records like Night Train's interception record will never be touched, but a lot of these single season records, just because you have an extra game doesn't mean anything, because a lot of these records would be held by somebody else if you actually did it correctly. Because even the scrimmage record would be OJ, not CJ2K, but nobody wants to mention it. So if Saquon had broken the record, it would have been his, and it would have been earned, because that's just how it is. You can't just complain about, oh, there's, an extra game or two. Dickerson had extra games. Seasons used to be 12 games, then they were 14, then, they had the 16-game schedule. You can't just change when you play. You do what you do when you do it, right? Same thing with, team records. Certain teams having a better or worse record. The Dolphins won the Super Bowl going 17-0. The Patriots were 17-0 heading into the Super Bowl. Or no, they were 18-0, my bad. So, is that more impressive than the Dolphins winning it? Nobody says that. But technically, one team won more games. It's just... It's annoying. I hate that. As a Steelers fan, did Panthers get rid of D. Johnson because of locker room drama? He had a couple really good games with us before he got traded. He had a couple really solid ones with Dalton. And then we traded him, and then it just went downhill with the Ravens. I think the Panthers may have seen it coming, and they said, yeah, we're just going to get rid of you. It was a risky move, but in the end, it's worked out. Third down play, the Panthers do gain about 7 yards on the carry, first down. So, yeah, in the end, it worked out for the Panthers. I don't think there's any drama as of right now with Houston, but, yeah, when that trade happened, I gave the Panthers an F for that trade, because at the time, Johnson was looking really good with us, and we gave, nothing for him, or we got nothing for him. But, month later, yikes, Ravens really got shafted. I think I gave that one a D-. I think I gave the F to the Cowboys trade for Mingo. Bryce drops back to throw on 1st and 10. Scrambles out to his right. Throws out to his right. Going to throw it out of bounds. Incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. The Steelers, man. I was talking about it earlier. If it ends up being the Steelers versus Texans, I think it's guaranteed, but I don't know for sure. If it ends up being Steelers-Texans in the first round, yikes. Yikes. That's going to be a game that not many... If you're not a Steelers or Texans fan, you're not going to want to watch that one. That might be... If I do stream a game, that might be the one I do. Bryce throws out to his left. Legetton makes a nice move and then ends up going for about 9 yards. Out of bounds. Going to be about 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. Bills clinch the 2 seed. Yeah, the AFC is pretty much all set. I think it's pretty much just the wild card spot. I don't know for sure if the Chargers can move up. I think they might be able to move up to the 5 seed, but I don't remember for sure. I don't think so, though. Saints are up 6-3 over the Buccaneers in the second quarter. Of course, as we talked about before, the Buccaneers have to lose and the Falcons win for the Falcons to take the NFC South and win the division. 1st and 10 for Carolina. Bryce hands off the ball. It's going to be up to the 30 and about the 28 for Sanders. Again, the Panthers do need to lose this game for draft capital. Winning this game is going to push us back multiple spots, especially with how many other teams are, possibly going to win games because they don't really matter for the opponent, right? Could luck into a couple teams winning games. We could move up to even the top 5. We need to lose this game, so hopefully we don't win. Hate to say it, but it is what it is. Bryce fakes the handoff and throws quick out to his right. It's going to be a first down to almost the 20-yard line. It was a nice move there. Nice one. Yeah, let me see. I just had Tankathon pulled up, and then I got rid of it. Let me pull it up again. And I misclicked. Tankathon. Yeah, the Panthers right now are 6, so the Jags... winning would be good. The Titans winning would be good. There's a few teams that, we could benefit from winning. Bryce fakes the handoff, rolls out to his left, looks to throw, Throws a quick pass, incomplete. Let's see. So the NFL, as of right now. So the Giants are losing, not good for the Panthers. Titans are losing, not good for the Panthers. The Jags are winning, which is good for the Panthers, considering the fact that the Jags can lose a spot to Carolina, obviously. And the Patriots, doesn't matter. They've already clinched like a top 4 pick, no matter what. Panthers, I mean, the Patriots, I think it's hilarious that they might win the draft lottery and fire Mayo, but we'll see. 2nd and 10 for Carolina, 3 seconds on the play clock, 2 seconds on the play clock. Ball is snapped, hands the ball off. About a 4-yard gain to around the 17. It would be hilarious if both the Falcons and Buccaneers lose, though. Like, I would hate for the Panthers to win. If that scenario happened, I'd be somewhat okay, because that'd be a hilarious way for the Falcons to end their season. To get the help they needed by New Orleans and then them lose the game that mattered. To lose back-to-back games, I should say, to end their season would be hilarious. Almost as funny as the Broncos missing the playoffs by losing 3 straight if they lose to them today. Bryce is in shotgun, 3 guys out to his left. 3rd and 6, in field goal range. Bryce drops back to throw, looks out left. Throws over the middle, out to his right, is going to be caught by Xavier Legette. Hey, gotta give credit. I'm shocked he caught that. I thought he was going to drop it. We did catch it. 1st and goal for the Panthers. If Legette can just get his drop problems under control, he can be a really good receiver. It's just he's one of those guys like Quentin Johnson. It's just drops are the biggest issue. But that was a good catch. He had to reach up for it, and he caught it. He put it right where it's supposed to be in the arm. That was a good catch. 1st and goal for Carolina with 11 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. New England is up 14-7 over Buffalo. Again, them winning would only move them down a couple spots. They can't move past the Panthers. Bryce is moving up the middle. He evades 2 guys and rushes in for the touchdown. The Panthers are up 9-3 before the extra point with the Bryce Young rushing touchdown. That was a good rushing touchdown. Decent-ish block by Sanders. Not a good one, but good enough. And Bryce is able to avoid that tackle. Then he avoided a 2nd tackle and scored the touchdown. Yeah, that was a good play by Sanders. Sanders didn't necessarily block him great, but what he did is he moved the defender out of the way, which is pretty much what you need to do as a running back against a guy that's like, almost 200 pounds heavier than you. That was a good play. Touchdown, Panthers. Oh, they have a touchdown lead now. It's not great, but yeah. Hopefully it doesn't stay for much longer. Kick is up, and it is good. It is 10-3 Panthers over Atlanta. I will say, I'm very shocked that here in NC we are not getting the Tampa Bay Saints game, considering that's the one that is for our division. I'm really shocked we didn't get that one. Overall scores around the league: the Panthers are up 10-3 over the Falcons, Texans 13-0 over the Titans, Giants are down to the Eagles 7-0, Jags are up 10-7 over the Colts, Cowboys up 6-0 over the Commies, Bears 7, Packers 3, Saints Bucks 6-3, Patriots Bills 14-7. Trey Lance is doing okay. Brandon Aubrey has made 2 field goals. Love that for the spring football guy. Let's see. Joe Milton, legendary QB for the Patriots, is 10 of 10 for 119 and a touchdown. Wow. That's actually insane. Let's go see if there's anything big posted up on here. Oh, the Bears just scored again, so they're actually up 14-3. I swear, sometimes I hate my mouse. I'm using the mouse wheel, and I'm just scrolling down, and my thing is not moving at all. I'll just use this thingy then. Derrick Rose getting his jersey retired by the Bulls. I also saw that coming out. That's pretty cool. Damian Pierce had a 92-yard touchdown. That's wild. It really is. Refresh that. Panthers winning this game would be just not good. I know we talked about it earlier. I think Abdul Carter is probably who we're going to draft in the 1st round. I haven't been paying attention to a bunch of mock drafts yet. I usually don't care about mock drafts until after the college season is over, just because it's it's weird to say, oh, I care about the mock draft right now when, the season's not even over. But yeah, let's see. The Panthers on CBS were projected to. Okay, they're just saying team needs quarterback. Yeah, we're not taking a quarterback 6th overall. Okay. Read more. Wow, that mock draft has them getting him. That would suck, bro. If Abdul Carter went to the Giants, that would really suck. Because I forgot that's definitely a possibility. That's the one thing I keep forgetting about is why it's really bad the Giants are ahead of us. Because the Giants don't get a quarterback, they're probably going to take him. Because they also need edge rushers. Forgot about that. That's not good. 10 minutes and 47 seconds left. Falcons are down 7 with their playoff hopes still alive thanks to the Saints beating the Buccaneers. Well, currently beating them. Going to be a touchback. Falcons get the ball at the 30-yard line. Go check over here. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely losing. My opponent is across 2 weeks projected to score 310 points. That's not good. Let's see. What did I just get a notification on? Oh. Penix is in the backfield on shotgun with one man behind him. He's got 2 receivers out to his left. Motions a third over there as tight end. Hands off the ball to Bijan Robinson for about a 4-yard gain. Going to be 2nd and 6 for Atlanta at the 34-yard line. Dameon Pierce, 92-yard rushing touchdown. The Titans, my God. I don't know what it is. I feel like they just kind of snuck their way to the top picks. Like, they always felt terrible, but, like, you never thought they were going to get, like, a top 3 pick, and all of a sudden they're, like, going to get the 2nd overall pick more than likely. And they're going to get one of the 2 big quarterbacks because they're not keeping Levis next year. They're getting Cam Ward or Shador. Just kind of shocking, honestly. Penix once again is in the backfield. One man behind him. Drops back to throw. Throws out to his left. Is going to be caught for a first down by about a yard. Cam Ward and Shador. What a weird QB class. I mean, people always like to overhype quarterbacks. And it's kind of like this draft is the overhyped QB draft, I think. In a sense that a lot of these guys were very hyped heading into the season, and, like, none of them lived up to it. Like, Quinn Ewers did not. Carson Beck did not. I mean, Jalen Milroe did not. I mean, it's just Cam and Shador. That's pretty much this whole quarterback class. I think any other QB going in the first round is a reach, honestly. I really do believe that. Now, if Texas wins the national championship and Ewers has back-to-back great games, maybe I can justify him being, like, a bottom 10 first-round pick. But QB talent-wise, this draft is not the best once you get past the first couple of guys. Though I will say, if you're the Patriots, man, you get that number 1 pick, oh, you're so excited because you know damn well you're trading down to, like, the 3rd overall pick to get probably Travis Hunter and draft picks. Penix is in shotgun. He drops back to throw on 2nd and 10. He throws it over the middle. Drake London catches it. The Panthers do the greatest thing ever of not tackling, and he gets it. He had 2 Panthers defenders, one in his right, one in his left, both missed the tackle. But yeah, Patriots getting the number 1 overall pick, they would be instant winners of this draft. Because if you're smart as the Patriots, you trade that pick. You either trade it to, like, the Giants. You trade it to, like, if the Giants get the 4th overall pick, you, like, trade it to the Giants, or you try to trade down to 2 or 3, get a decent haul, and then you still get the guy you were going to draft anyway. Because they don't need a quarterback. They have a QB in Drake May. So they're already fine there. So then you're able to draft probably Travis Hunter or just somebody else who's really good. And I mean, hell, due to how certain teams, like, if they get lucky, the Patriots could unironically get to a point where they might be able to trade down to, like, 5 and still get Travis Hunter. Because, like, for instance, if the Panthers get to, like, the Panthers need a edge rusher above anything else, so they would more than likely be the ones to draft, like, an Abdul Carter. And the Giants, if they don't have a top pick for a QB, are probably going to draft him. But a lot of questions. It's going to be interesting. This draft could be definitely very interesting in the top, like, 5. And then afterwards, it's probably going to be more just straightforward. Because, like, I know this is like an RB class in a lot of ways, but and especially considering the fact that it just happened to be like this was the best year RBs have had in a while, so that's actually good for running backs. But like last year was really interesting because you had that like just complete nobody getting drafted from defense until like I think it was the 16th pick or something when the Rams picked Verse. But in terms of the draft this year, it's definitely going to be more traditional in a lot of ways. It's going to be like an older draft, only a couple first round quarterbacks, a lot of more just, good picks, not going for something else. But yeah. Yeah, I did get a haircut first time since August. I did not know how long it had been, but it's been since August. But yes, did get the new haircut for the new year. Even though I already made 9 different like videos / shorts this year. I think the NFC will win the Super Bowl this year. I'm not fully against that, honestly. The Rams could. The Vikings could. The Lions could, even though their defense is non-existent. I don't think the Eagles will. Even though they could, I don't think they will. But yeah, I could see an NFC team winning it. I think that the AFC, it's going to be either the Chiefs or the Chargers, honestly. That's honestly what I think. It's going to be the Chiefs or the Chargers. The Chargers, if Dobbins is healthy, they feel like a team that can win the playoffs. Like they're built to win in the playoffs. The Bills could, but I've just got that feeling that they're going to choke somewhere. They like seemingly always do. Like there's a couple teams that you got that feeling always are going to choke. They're one of them. But yeah. Steelers need a wide receiver. That George Pickens game was horrible. I didn't watch the full game last night, but Pickens was not good. I saw how bad he was, like, everyone afterwards, and that's supposed to be the top receiver for the team. Like, 1st and 10 for Atlanta. They're at the 35-yard in Panthers territory. They hand the ball off. Bijan gets to the 30-yard line. He is still up at the 25. He's still up, and he gets tackled at the 20-yard line. Again, another great showing of Panthers tackling. Just missed tackle after missed tackle after broken tackle after broken tackle. You gotta love watching Panthers football. This is what I love watching about the Carolina Panthers. Terrible. Pickens is turning into Antonio Brown. I mean, what was it, like 4 straight weeks he kept trying to fight dudes on the other team? Like, they would do, like, a blatant but, like, not that terrible hold on a jersey, and he would just, like, throw hands at them immediately. Penix is once again in shotgun. 1 man motioning in front of him, 1 behind him. He pitches the ball off to Bijan, who goes out to the left. 5-yard gain, and he gets tackled about a yard short from the first down marker. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to like it, and if you've been a fan of the channel, subscribe. We are getting close to 1,000 subscribers. We're like 50 away, which doing giveaway there, so that'd be sweet. But yeah. Bijan Robinson, 17 games with 100 scrimmage yards. 2nd in NFL since 2023. I mean, yeah, it's only 17 games, but yeah. 2nd and 1 for Bijan Robinson, who is probably going to get the handoff here. Penix is under center. Bit of motion. Wouldn't be shocked at the play action end zone shot, though, but no, they do hand the ball off over the middle. Bijan does get the first down and maybe a yard. So let's see. Buccaneers need to lock in. How are they losing? Honestly, it might be New Orleans. It's like New Orleans after Katrina. They just had that horrible tragedy, and, they're rallying together for it. That might honestly be what it is. But yeah, the Saints are up 13-3 over the Buccaneers. I forgot we have a 3rd quarterback on the roster. I always forget that. Just randomly showing him, but yeah. Yeah, Mole, congratulations on barring a colossal collapse, winning the first fantasy league championship, because it's over. Drake May getting benched, like your defense scoring over 10 points, it's over. I'm losing. But hey, I made it. I'll take that I made it. Yeah, I haven't packed it yet, but the Stallions Championship hat should be going out tomorrow. Just an FYI, Mole. Should be tomorrow. If not Tuesday, but it should be tomorrow. I don't see why I wouldn't. Gotta go to the post office, man. I hate shipping stuff out. But I do it like every few days. Let's see. About 4 yards away from the end zone. 2nd and goal. Penix is under center with Bijan behind him. Bit of motion. Hands off the ball to Bijan, who actually gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage. A good Panthers defender play? I can't believe it. 3rd and goal for the Falcons. I was talking about this earlier. It would be so funny if the Falcons and Buccaneers both lose and the Falcons miss the playoffs. That'd be such an Atlanta moment. That'd be a comical, classic Atlanta Falcons moment. Let's see here. Third and goal. Are they just gonna run it again? They might, but they might do a nice little play action pass. Bajan is with Penix in shotgun. Let's see. He drops back to throw. He gets touched. He's running out to his left. He's going to run for it, and he gets the touchdown. Now, the ball did come out. I think he was already across the goal line, but they will be reviewing it more than likely to see if he did fumble it, but I think it's a touchdown. Great play by him right there. UFL commercial on now. Nice. I'm watching a game on CBS, so sadly I'm not going to get it. It is a touchdown. It's not going to see it. Is there a new one, or is it one of the ones you've already been seeing? I think the Vikings are going. Wouldn't be shocked. The Vikings are legit. When you have Jay Jettas, Hawkinson, Addison as your big three tight end / receivers, and Darnold has been playing insanely good this season, and efficient is the most important thing. Yeah. New to me. I know there's been I don't even remember them. I just know there's been like the Panthers commercial. There's been that Stallions commercial. I think there's been like a couple more, but yeah. UFL season just a couple months away. Getting ready to do the like annual videos, the annual schedule video, hardest or easiest to hardest, which everybody probably knows what team's coming in number 1 on that list for the hardest schedule. Kick is up. It is good. Oh, that's right. Youngwiku isn't playing. I think he's still hurt. I think it's Patterson who's kicking the ball. Was it Roughnecks? No, that one. Yeah, that's the one where they show Kirk Merritt breaking his arm. I'm pretty sure that one has been around, and everybody was like, couldn't believe that's the one they chose because it literally shows him breaking his arm or something in that play. Not Kirk Merritt. Is it Kirk Merritt? I think it is. I keep okay. UFL commercial. I think it's Kirk Merritt, right? Merritt. It is. Yeah, it is Kirk Merritt. That's right. Yeah, it's wild. They show him breaking his arm in the commercial. It's wild. Unnecessary roughness for the Panthers. Let's go. Josh Jacobs with a rushing touchdown. Yes, sir. It's like too little, too late. Falcons. 10-10. 5.5 minutes left in the quarter. Refresh this. Go check over here. It's been like 20 days, and I still have in my YouTube studio the happy 3rd anniversary on YouTube. Like, bro, it's been like 20 days. Are they just going to keep showing this for like a month? I don't know why. It's just really weird to me they're doing that. I will say, in the team shorts, the Defenders was the only one that really didn't do good whatsoever in views. I guess less people are looking up them. But yeah. It's crazy to think we're just a couple weeks away from or like, not a couple weeks, but like a couple of months away from the UFL season. It really feels weird about that. I did 6 NFL streams this year, and one of them did not have the Panthers, and the other ones did. I kind of thought I did more overall. I thought I did more than 6, but yeah. I might do another one. Like I said, I don't know for sure if I'm going to do another one. I might not. I don't know for sure. Like, I probably will. I probably will. Go Defenders. The Defenders are going to be a very interesting team this year because, like, I was talking about in the comments, or I think it was in the comments or on Twitter, the Defenders are one of those teams where they have just so many question marks because, like, heading into the season last year, there was so much more hype behind that team. And then it's just like, throughout the season, Reggie Barlow's stock just tanked. Jordan Ta'amu's stock just tanked. The only guy whose stock went up was the guy that didn't play in Abram Smith because everybody's like, wow, he was more important than we thought he was. And as of now, your QB room is like, I hate to say it, but I think any fan would say it's the worst QB room in the league right now. just because it's two very unproven guys who, when they played in college, were either at a very low level relative to other guys, or was Emory Jones, who, as I've talked before, I watched him at Cincinnati. So, a lot of questions, but at the same token, Abram Smith being back, he was really good in 2023. Like, people who were just USFL fans, Abram Smith, there's a reason why so many people called him the best running back heading into the UFL, because he was just that good in the XFL. Like, his stats were insane. But then he got hurt, so it was a huge question of what he can be. I've said it before, if he's 70% of what he was, he'll still probably be like the best or third best running back in the league. I honestly think Abram Smith could have started in the NFL pre-injury. He could have at least been an RB2. He really was good. Go Michigan Panthers, yes sir. I'm going to get something in a second. There is a flag. It looks like it's going to be out of bounds. Okay, so since we're in this, I did get this framed. So yes, if you know, you know. Now, I haven't put this up yet. I don't know where to put it up for sure. Because I want to keep the Pierce jersey there. I might put it there. But I did get my Matt Colburn game-used jersey, or my game-used Matt Colburn XFL jersey. Did get this bad boy framed. Gotta love the glare. That makes, like, almost everything I need to get framed is pretty much framed, aside from, like, one poster I have. Okay, and then, like, the USFL game-used football. I need to get a case for that, but I know somebody that probably has one that isn't insanely expensive. Because for those you don't know, like, to go to, like, Michael's and get a case for football is, like, insanely expensive, and I know somebody will get it for a lot cheaper. But, yeah. I don't know where I'm going to put it. Like I said, might put it there because, you know, game-issued jersey, game-used jersey would look pretty nice together. So that's probably where it's going to go. I don't know for sure, though. But, yeah, definitely loved getting that framed. It was nice not waiting super long. Like, that Pierce jersey, it took me, like, months to get a frame for that one just because I was lazy. But, yeah. Bryce runs up over the middle. He throws a nice pass for about 14 yards. Going to be a first down at the 40. BT Potter's a beast. Y'all got lucky AF with the Jake Bates replacement. Yeah. Yo, see you, nope. In case you just missed it, if you, like, go back a few, like, maybe a minute, I just showed that I got my Matt Colburn game-used XFL jersey framed. Haven't hung it, but did get it framed, so that was really cool. That was definitely nice. And it's going to be a nice play by the Panthers. He's still up, and he gets like about 20, 30 yards in that play. Yeah, I'm getting this room like almost fully done. There's a bunch of stuff that I still need to get fully done in here. Like mainly stuff like on shelves that I need to get cleaned / replaced. But yeah, this room's coming along really nicely. But I'm getting there. 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the 34-yard line in Atlanta territory. Bryce hands the ball off. It is going to be about a 1-yard game. Yeah, this game is a tight one, 10-10. We were talking about before. So the Panthers need to lose this game for draft stock and draft capital because of the fact that, you know, a team like the Giants is probably going to draft Abdul Carter very early. The Panthers' best interest is to lose this game because of potential to move up a spot or two, as well as just, you know, not dropping, because a win here could drop us as much as like 4 spots in the draft order, which would be just absolutely just disastrous. Because if we drop like 4 spots, we probably are not going to get one of the elite pass rushers, either DT or DE. So, kind of got to lose this game. But at the same token, it'd be hilarious if the Saints and Falcons lost and the Falcons missed the playoffs. Well, you know, it'd just be hilarious. But yeah. Let's go over here. I feel like I was just about to look something up and I just completely forgot. Oh yeah, the NFL scores since we're in a commercial break. So, the Patriots can't move anywhere relative to us, but as of right now, let's see. The Jaguars are losing to the Colts, which is bad for us. Bears winning really doesn't matter. The game doesn't matter. Giants are losing, which sucks for us. So as of right now, every team that matters for us is not winning. Because like I said, the Patriots winning, if anything, helps us because the Patriots are more than likely going to draft like Travis Hunter early, not an edge rusher, and we need an edge rusher. So them winning would actually be good for us because then they would drop to the 5 spot. No, they drop to the 4 spot if they win because of how bad their strength schedule is. So if they go to the 4 spot, that means the Tennessee Titans move up and the Browns also move up. And they're both going to draft quarterbacks, so there's a better shot we'll be able to get somebody. So yeah. Yeah, I'll be on. Won't be able to chat as much. But the Panthers, we need to lose this game. The most important thing, we need to lose this game. A win here means our chances of drafting Abdul Carter are basically nothing. In all honesty, even with a loss here, the Giants are more than likely going to take him, so that might screw us over anyway. But, you know, it's always better to be higher draft picks, and that means if you really want to trade up, which I really hope we don't trade up. I'd hate if we traded up, but yeah. 3 minutes left in the second quarter of this game. Score is 10-10. Panthers, man. Season is almost over. I can't believe it's almost over. And then I get to watch good Panthers football in a few months when the Michigan Panthers hopefully continue to be a good team. I say hopefully because we're still missing Gidna and Speaks, which really sucks, but yeah. Okay, I'll answer that question after this. 2nd and 10 for Carolina. Bryce drops back to throw. Throws it deep out to the left. It is caught for a touchdown. Touchdown Panthers by Sanders. Is that Miles Sanders right? I believe, yeah. Miles Sanders with the deep touchdown. Touchdown for the Panthers. They're going to be up 17-10 if they make the extra point. Thoughts on paying big deals on Rodgers, Watson, Cousins, Wilson with the Broncos not working out? I've talked about it before. Quarterback is the most overpaid position in really all of sports. It really is. Is it super important? Yes. Is it arguably the most important position? Yes. I say arguably because I've always stood by this. In the playoffs, a goaltender in hockey can literally single-handedly carry you to a Stanley Cup. A quarterback cannot do that in the NFL. I've always stood by that. Technically, a goalie is the most important sport position because of that fact. A hot goalie in hockey can carry a team to the Stanley Cup. A great quarterback by himself can't. Example, Pat Mahomes in the Super Bowl against the Buccaneers. He had no offensive line. His receivers were dropping passes. He played a perfect game in that Super Bowl, and his stats weren't that great because his receivers and O-line failed him. Whereas a great goalie can win you a game by forcing the other team to just not score, and you get like one lucky goal and you just win. Point is, though, quarterback is overpaid as hell. Dak Prescott getting $60 million a year is the ultimate example of overpaid QBs. Brock Purdy will probably get over $50 million a year. Ain't no way in hell he deserves $50 million a year. The only quarterbacks that deserve $50 million a year, and even then I think that's too much, are Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, Burrow. That's it. No one else. Not even Herbert. Those 4 guys deserve $50 million a year. They're either A, young enough to still give you a future. That's the issue with Stafford. He's older. 2, they've proven they can win to some degree. Burrow's gotten to a Super Bowl. Allen's gotten to the championship game. Lamar also got to a championship game, but also has MVPs. Mahomes, duh. And 3, aside from Mahomes, they're almost always elite. Mahomes had that, down year this year, but still. No other quarterbacks get $50 million a year. None. Instead, it's about to be the benchmark for a starter is $50 million a year, which is asinine. Because you're talking about like a huge percentage of the cap goes to a quarterback when it shouldn't, right? Brady historically was not the highest paid QB. You had money to spend around the team. You won more. And then especially with other positions getting paid more, it's getting to a point where to have an elite receiver, edge rusher, and quarterback is going to take up damn near half your salary cap. That's insane. Because we've seen it this year. Sam Darnold is not an elite quarterback. He's playing like one. Pass thrown by Penix out to the right is going to be caught by Drake London for an 8-yard gain, going to be about 2nd and 1. 2nd and 2. But we've seen with Darnold, he has 3 arguably elite. Really 1 elite and 2 great. Jay Jetta, Hawkinson, Addison. You know, Penix throws over the middle for a first down is going to be caught about 2 yards shy of the 50-yard line by Kyle Pitts. But like when you see someone like the Vikings or the Lions, great receiving core, a quarterback that's good, not insane, you need talent around the quarterback is more important in a lot of situations than the quarterback itself. Because a quarterback with no talent around them can only do so much. Whereas talent around can elevate a quarterback. Penix is running out to his left. He throws, and it is a nice catch by Drake London right out of bounds that will be caught for a first down at the 2-minute warning. But yeah, I think a lot of those deals are just the issue of it. Because the God's honest truth is, really only the Deshaun was an overpayment. Technically speaking, Deshaun was the only overpayment. Wilson was bad judgment. You paid him without him even playing for you. The other ones technically were good deals because of what everyone else is getting paid. Watson was the only one that had no business getting paid what he did. He got paid a stupid amount of money after not playing for a year. That was stupid. But like overall though, it's just how the quarterback market is. We call these deals bad, but in reality, they're not, because that's just how it is now. Like, if a mediocre quarterback is getting 40 plus mil a year, or even 50 plus mil a year, is it really bad when a quarterback gets paid 55 and sucks? Not really. Like Trevor Lawrence, nothing around him. I mean, T-Law is one of those guys who a lot of people are saying has a terrible contract now, and it's like, I mean, go to an average fan, they'll name you like, what, Brian Thomas Jr. and like Travis Etienne, I don't remember which one. That's like it. I mean, you know, that's it. But like, the Bengals, a large problem is the fact that if they keep Higgins, they're going to be spending a ton of money on Burrow, Higgins, and Jamar, and then that's their team. Let's see. Bengals salary cap. Okay, Sport Track. Total cap allocation, cap hit 30 mil, 20 mil, 20 mil. That's 2024. I think that's 2025. Yeah, 2025, so next year, the cap allocation for the Bengals is 220 mil. Between Burrow, Chase, and Hendrickson, that is 19 plus 22 plus 46. That is 87 million. 220 divided by 87. Okay, I did that wrong. My apologies. I always get that mixed up, even though I've done this forever. That is almost 40% of their salary cap is to 3 players next season. 3 guys. That's asinine. So, yeah. I agree. Watson is the worst. Because, like I said, Russell Wilson was just a stupid judgment. You paid a guy that never played for you. That's what made that one so stupid, is he never played for you. It was just a dumb decision. Deshaun was a legit, we're going to give you a contract, and it was just a ton of money, despite him not playing for a year. Like, everybody likes to blame, you know, like the injuries to why he's fallen off, and, you know, all the off-the-field stuff. The biggest reason is he was out of football for a year, right? I mean, it's hard to come back after not playing and be as good as you were. Because before he, you know, sat out that year, he led the entire league in passing. And then, yikes. Yikes. Minute and 55 for the Falcons. Penix is in shotgun. He hands the ball off to Bijan, who gets about 6 yards. He gets the first down, gets to the 10, gets tackled at about the 5-yard line. The Falcons are about 5 yards away from the end zone with a minute and 40 left. Panthers should call timeout here. If the Panthers are trying to win the game, they call timeout here. I don't know why they're not calling timeout here. I mean, unless you're admitting you don't have any faith in your offense, then of course don't call timeout. But should be calling timeout here. Try to get the ball back with, you know, a minute and a half left. Instead, they're just going to try and let the Falcons, I don't know, go for it or something. They did call a timeout. Okay, good. They didn't show it anywhere, but yes, Carolina did call a timeout, which they should have. Minute 46 seconds left in the first half. Let's see here. Joe Milton, 12 of 13 for 139 and a touchdown. Wild. 13-6 is the current score with about a minute left in the second quarter for the Saints game. The Saints are still winning, which of course the Falcons need them to win. Penix is in shotgun with Bijan behind him. He's got one receiver out to his left far and one out far to his right. Motions in front of him. Hands the ball off to Bijan again. Bijan is running out to the very right and he gets tackled at about a 3-yard gain, going to be around second and goal at the 3-yard line for the Falcons. And because he did go out of bounds, the clock does stop, so Carolina does save 2 timeouts. The Falcons still have 3 timeouts also, which is the one downside if the offense, the Panthers, does not get a first down. It is possible for the Falcons to get the ball back again and score again before the end of the half. So let's see what they do here. Penix is under center. Bijan lines up about 5 yards behind him. Pitches the ball out to Bijan out to the left this time. Bijan is in for the touchdown. 17-17 if the extra point is good. Could be tied game if the extra point is good. Bijan Robinson touchdown. Okay, so the Packers clinched the number 6 seed with a win or a loss. Okay, so the Packers still can technically move seeds, but like not a huge difference in all honesty. But it still is obviously a big difference. But like, yeah, honestly, I wouldn't want to play the Rams. That's the truth. I don't want to play the Rams. I would rather play the Eagles than the Rams right now, which sounds insane to think about like a few weeks ago. But I just have that feeling the Rams are one of those teams that's going to be really, really tough to play in January this year. Kick is up, and it is good, so it is officially a tie game, 17-17. Important for the Panthers this next drive. The Falcons have 3 timeouts, so the Panthers need to get at least 2 first downs, in all honesty. Well, technically only 2 or 1, you know what I mean? They need a first down. If they do not get a first down, that is going to be very bad for them. Because then the Falcons can get the ball back and score again. But again, naturally, like I said, we do want the Panthers to get a good pick, but yeah. Titans fans are wearing Shedeur Sanders paper bags. Oh my god. Shedeur Sanders going to the Titans would be hilarious because that's the one nobody saw coming. Everybody was like expecting the Raiders, then they started saying the Giants. Him going to the Titans would just be hilarious. Just because of that, nobody saw it really coming. Minute 34 seconds left. Will the Panthers score? Who knows? Kick is up. Looks like it will be a touchback. Panthers will get the ball at the 30. Panthers only need about 50-ish yards for a first down. Not first down, for a field goal. Even then, not really, but they only need about like 40, but we'll see what they do here. Again, they have time on their side. They have 2 timeouts, a minute and a half, but that also could backfire on them because of the Falcons having timeouts. But there's also a chance, you do a first down play, you only gain about like 2 yards. Falcons call time to try and get the ball back. You end up getting an extra timeout because of that. A lot of things could happen. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Bryce Young is in the backfield with 1 man to his right. Ball is snapped. Hands the ball off on first down. Sanders gets about 3 yards, tackled for about a 5-yard gain, up to the 35. No one has called a timeout yet. They should be doing a quick snap here. Yep, they're already lined up again. Bryce is once again in shotgun with Sanders right to his right. Ball is snapped. Bryce drops back to throw. Throws a quick out to his right to Sanders again. Sanders does a nice little hurdle and goes out of bounds. Not the best situation right there. If you're not going to gain any yards, you don't want to go out of bounds because, again, even though you save yourself a timeout, you need to get a first down here because now the Falcons still have 2 timeouts left. So the Panthers are kind of in a very lose-lose situation right there. This is going to be a very interesting play call because they're actually going to say that he lost a couple of yards on that play. Okay, so because they was going out of bounds, they did have to call timeout. Okay, so Atlanta still has 2 timeouts though. 59 seconds left. 3rd and 7. Falcons still have 2 timeouts left. Okay, so he did fumble out of bounds. Why had to do that? Yeah, they didn't show that initially, but yeah. Better Cleveland than Detroit. Sanders was a Pro Bowler, yeah. Then he went to Carolina and it all went downhill from there. Let's see what they do here. 3rd and 7. Jaden Daniels, 6 of 12 for 38. Oh my god. Bryce is in shotgun, 3 receivers out to his left, 2 out to his right, going 5 wide. Ooh, it might be offsides in the Falcons. This is a free play. And Bryce gets sacked. Okay. Idiots in Detroit wanted Watson. Oh my god, yeah. Hey, the Falcons fans, though, are the best because they were expected to get him, and they ended up not getting him at the very end or something like that. But yeah, Deshaun Watson, yikes. Offsides. So it's going to be about 3rd and 2 for the Panthers after getting that free one. They might as well honestly do a run play here. Because either A, you get it, and you keep going, or B, you force Atlanta to use a timeout. If you just do a run play and say, hey, we're going to quick snap it, honestly might not be a bad idea here. Let's see what they do. And if you do a run play, you might be able to go do another run play. Just do back-to-back if you really wanted to. Bryce is in shotgun with one man to his right. Motions in front. Ball is snapped. He is going to throw it. Throws it out to his left, and it is going to be out of bounds. That's what we call terrible play calling. I mean, seriously, what a dumb play call. You're at 3rd and 2, and now you did a pass play where your main target was a check down 2 yards behind or 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That's a terrible play call. You should have just ran it over the middle. If you run it over the middle, there's nothing really bad that happens. Either A, you force Atlanta to use a timeout, B, you get close enough to where you actually feel justified in going for it in 4th down because you're at like 4th and half a yard, which I've always said, if you're like half a yard, you should always go for it because if you don't get it, you don't deserve to win the game. Instead, you do that's overcomplicating things, overthinking. The biggest issue many NFL coaches have is they overthink things. They try to be too smart for themselves, and in the end, it backfires on them, and it backfired here. Long punt is going to be up to the 20-yard line. Falcons are going to have 40 seconds and 2 timeouts. Falcons still could go for a touch or go for a field goal. Who knows if they will, but they could. Yeah, like sometimes just coaches really overthink things. You know what I mean? Like I see you saying preach. It's so aggravating when they do things like that. Like sometimes you just have to realize like there's a reason why you do something a specific way. You're 3rd and 2. The opponent has 2 timeouts left, and you're going to leave them more than enough time to go for a field goal. Yet, instead of forcing them to use a timeout, you're going to do a play which, because it's not just a check down, it's a check down to the out-of-bounds area. You're giving them a free timeout. It's just a terrible play call. Lose yardage, yeah. Penix drops back to throw, throws it deep to the right, and it is caught at the 35. Or no, about the 37, my bad. And they call a timeout. So instead of the Falcons having to rush up to do a spike or use their last timeout, the Falcons now still have a timeout, courtesy of the Carolina Panthers. Like that's terrible. That was so bad. 32 seconds left. Falcons still have a timeout left, and they need about probably like 30-ish yards. I don't remember how far Patterson's range is, Patterson. I don't remember how far he can kick, but yeah. By the way, at halftime, it is 16-6 New Orleans over Tampa Bay. Are trying to lose this game. Hey, they need to lose this game. Hey, the tank. They got a tank for that top 5 pick. Got to try and get Abdul Carter. Penix is in shotgun with one man to his right. Ball is snapped. Penix drops back to throw. Throws it to the right and is going to be incomplete. Still have 30 seconds left. More than enough time to get into field goal range. And the Falcons, oh my god. It's so weird seeing all these backup quarterbacks play. Like seeing Joe Milton, Mitch Trubisky, Tanner McKee playing is hilarious. Penix is in shotgun with one man to his right. Drops back to throw. And he gets... Ooh, he evades the sack. He gets hit but doesn't end up going down. Bijan drops the pass. If he had caught that, he might have only gained a couple yards. Honestly, it's probably a good thing he dropped it. Falcons might kneel it here, honestly. 22 seconds left, 3rd and 10. They might kneel it just to play it safe. We'll see. Oh, I hope not. The Panthers better not make another trade with the Bears. We're going to lose out on it somehow. We're going to trade down with them and then somehow get screwed over. Six of 12 for the Commies is hilarious. Oh, looks like they might be going for this. Penix is lined up in shotgun, though. They might do just a quick carry in the middle to Bijan. Let's see. Ball is snapped. Penix drops back to throw. He throws it deep out to his left. It is caught for a huge gain up to the 20-yard line. The Falcons will call a timeout. That is a huge play by Penix. That is what happens when you trust your quarterback. That was a pure trust play. Because doing that, going for that in 3rd and 10 could have been a disastrous, punted on 4th down, could be blocked, something like that. Huge play by Penix and Ray McLeod for a huge first gain right there. Or huge first down gain right there. Now they can either do one of two things. They can just do a quick pass out to the left or right to try and force the hash mark change. They could just say, screw it and go for an end zone shot or two. Huge play by them. And again, because the Panthers decided to throw it on that 3rd down play, the Falcons were able to use their 2nd or their 3rd timeout, which they shouldn't have had, to stop the clock instead of forcing a huge run and spike. So now the Falcons can score a touchdown possibly, courtesy of the Carolina Panthers. Penix is in the backfield with Bijan. 2 out to his left, 2 out to his right. Ball is snapped. He drops back to throw. Throws it deep to the left in an end zone shot. It is. That might be a touchdown. It might have been it's going to be interesting what they call it on the field. They can call this either incomplete, touchdown, or interception. It's going to be very interesting to see what they call on the field. They're ruling it incomplete on the field, but they will probably be reviewing that just to make sure. Let's see. So London has the ball there. I don't think his foot ever hit the ground. His other foot. Yeah, I mean, you have to get 2 feet in mountain. This isn't college, so I don't know what Davis is talking about on the commentary. Unless apparently, the towel is part of your body now, that's incomplete. Falcons are going to go for one more end zone shot. He throws it left again. Caught, touchdown. There is a flag after the play, it looks like. So, the Panthers just scored the Falcons a touchdown. Remember that. The Panthers scored that touchdown for the Falcons because of that terrible 3rd down play call. That is a catch. His knee hits the ground. His whole body does. He never loses possession of it. The Panthers gave the Falcons... I'm posting on Twitter. To that stupid play call on 3rd down to save his timeout. Yeah, that was a terrible... See, that is what happens when you do a very, very dumb thing right there. That's like, even though I want the Panthers to lose for draft capital, that's one of those things that's just a really stupid play call. Kick is up. It is good. 24-17 Falcons over Carolina. Like, that's the kind of thing that when you see that, it makes you questionable for next year, because especially when you're talking good about the coach earlier in the game and you see him do something like that. I mean, if you weren't here when that happened, 3rd and 2, Panthers are at almost no man's land. They're not quite at no man's land in that 50-yard area, but they're close to it. 3rd and 2, Falcons still have like two timeouts left. The Panthers, instead of running the ball just through the middle to either A, get a first down, B, get a yard and a half to allow for a 4th down attempt, or C, just not get enough and force a timeout. They do a quick check down out to the left, and because it's a check down to the left where your running back is going to the left, he's running to the first down marker, going out of bounds, gets tackled out of bounds, loses yards, causes the clock to stop, which keeps the Falcons a timeout, which allowed them to have more freedom in that drive, which is how they just scored that touchdown. So, horrible play call by the Panthers. There is no defending that. That is a terrible play call. And that just gave the Falcons a touchdown. I don't blame the defense for that. That's one of those where I cannot blame the defense. Should they have stopped them? Sure. That's on the offense. That's on Canales and the OC for doing a stupid play call like that. Saints are beating the Buccaneers at half. I think that's hilarious. I really think it's hilarious that they're actually they might lose that game. Panthers, 3rd down. Teams need to step up. And we are at halftime, and I'm not going to sit through and watch the CBS halftime crew. That CBS halftime crew was so boring. I'm going to watch the Fox halftime crew until it's over, because then it's going to be at least somewhat close to the game coming back on. Yeah, that is so aggravating. I mean, like, that unironically is, like, one of those play calls that, like, might be, like, hey, are you tanking kind of thing? Because, like, there's no, like, when you think about it, if you think of a play call and you can't justify it in any way why you would do it, you might be tanking. Because, again, there's no justifying that play call. To pass a check down on 3rd and 2 when you're have over a minute left in the quarter or the half, to where you're giving the other team more time. Because, like, this isn't college, right? In college, like, 40 seconds is literally, like, a lifetime, because first down stop the clock until you're able to snap it. When you're talking about the NFL, right, I mean, like, you need over a minute to have a really good drive, unless you're going against prevent defense, which, by the way, if your team does prevent defense, you're probably losing that game, because prevent defense never works. But, yeah. Really, really aggravating right there. Really aggravating. I'm just gonna keep saying it. It's so aggravating to keep saying it, but, like, at the same token, it's just I hate things like that, bro. I really do. X on that. Go back here. You caught him low-key tanking. I mean, it might be. Trying to lose. Why else do you do a check down? Really trying to lose. Minute left in the half. Yeah, I am just complaining on Twitter. I'm just It's just so aggravating. Like, this is the kind of stuff that makes me hate watching the Panthers. Because, like, this is, like, no matter when I'm watching it, it's just, like... Like, I'm just shocked more people aren't talking about this. Like, this is so... Like getting upset at Evero, I get it. But at the same token, like, again, the defense did not give the Falcons offense an extra timeout to work with. When you... Again, NFL college... biggest difference between the two and why they are really different sports in a lot of ways is how the end of halves work. In one sport, you get the clock stopping on first downs. The other one, only out of bounds and timeouts. So when you're giving a team a free timeout, because if you can force them to use one, you're giving them a free one. That's how it works. You're giving them a free timeout in that situation. You're just... It's so aggravating. Like, this is the stuff that you can't watch, because when you see that this season, it makes you lose faith for next season. Because it's like, if you're doing that now in a game that you're just playing for, you know, the culture, and you're doing that, that's not good for the culture. Okay, because if you're a smart player and you see a team doing that, you're like, why would I go there if they're actively, like, throwing a game? Which is what that is. But yeah, I mean, it's just... It's aggravating. Because, like, this is what it's been like all year, pretty much, in a lot of ways. They're showing the AFC playoff picture right now at halftime. Let's look at this. So they did not show how the Chargers work. Okay, thank you for not showing that, which is what I wanted to see. The Panthers, bro. Oh my god, this team's so aggravating to watch, I swear. I just really, like, I really want a new core. There's a lot I want with this team, but it is what it is. I mean, was it too much that my teams in other sports got to, like, the finals? I mean, of all the teams I like, two of them got to the finals. The Mavs and the Mets both got to the finals in some degree, right? The Mets got to the NLCS, the Mavs got to the actual finals, but that was it. You know, I guess Real Madrid's going to win another Champions League at least. Maybe that'll make me feel better. But even then, I've not been enjoying watching Real Madrid football this year, even though they're, like, winning now. It's like early on the season, every game I was watching, they were losing games they should be winning by, like, 3, and they're, like, getting beat, like, 2-1, and I'm like, bruh. I mean, somehow they're number 1 in the standings in La Liga. Granted, Atletico Madrid has a game in hand, and Real Madrid did just lose a game, like, a couple days ago or something, but yeah. I forgot who they lose to a couple days ago. It said they just lost. It just shows them winning. I think that says some cap over there. Or it's the other way around, that's right. 1, 2, I don't know. But the Copa del Rey is tomorrow, and the Super Cup is starting on Thursday, so big soccer matches for Real Madrid in the next couple days, so probably will watch them, and will be very aggravated when they lose those games they should win, probably. Just the history of it. Yeah. We'll see. I have no idea what I'm going to post tomorrow video. I mean, I'm probably going to do another UFL players in the NFL kind of thing, but I honestly do not know. Because I'm probably going to do the schedule video on Friday, more than likely, the ranking the schedules from easiest to hardest. Because I also kind of want to do one where I just talk about the schedule more and, like, what do I like and dislike about it. Because I only mentioned it a little bit, but there's, like, some things with the schedule I really do like and some I really don't like. Having a regional game is really aggravating because the whole point of Friday Night Football is so you only have 3 games in the thing. Yeah, I think I hit my desk a little bit and it made the thing go. Or it might just be the audio thing because, I mean, my kilobytes per second are still fine. But it's just really aggravating that they still have a regional broadcast game when you have Friday Night Football, because then you only have 3 games on the weekend. You have 2 full days to put games on, and you still can't do it. I just got the notification. Yeah, thank you, YouTube, for giving me that after it's already over. But yeah. Is not receiving enough video. I love when YouTube complains about stuff. Like, I have 5,000 kbps, which is good. Like, you only need, like, a couple thousand, and it's, yeah. But yeah, I mean, Like I was saying. And then I do like that we have a lot of primetime games early on. Like I know there's a decent amount of like 7 p.m. Eastern Standard games during the weekend, which is really good. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I'm still not a huge fan of the opening game being the Roughnecks against the Battlehawks. I get it's the rebrand or the rebirth of TDECU in spring football, which is really cool. But like other games, I would have liked to see more. I understand that like Birmingham kind of got screwed over because like you would have wanted to see Birmingham versus San Antonio be the opening game, but there's like Monster Jam going on, so they get kind of screwed over with that one. So you couldn't do that one. But like you couldn't do St. Louis versus Birmingham. You couldn't do St. Louis DC. Like St. Louis versus DC as the opening game of the season would have been insane. Especially if it was two new QBs going against each other. Like that would have been really cool. I hope so, because I mean, Houston Roughnecks last season. I mean, I haven't checked in a second, but let me see. I mean, I think it was about like 8K their last game, right? Yeah, their last game Houston had was 6,500. See, everybody always forgets about it because Memphis had that awful 5,600 number. The Roughnecks averaged only like 170 more people per game than the Showboats did. They averaged 7,000 a game. Whereas that's compared to 2023's XFL, where the Roughnecks, which granted were a better team and were the other Roughnecks, they averaged 12,000 a game. So you'd hope that for week 1 they can get back to that 12K, because a 12K at TDEC would look a hell of a lot better than the like 6K at Rice Stadium that happened. I mean, the last 3 games the Roughnecks had 62, 61, and 65, which is horrific. So you'd hope that's the case, but yeah. But, it would be interesting to see. Are planning to skip the draft? Of course they are, bro. I hated their unis. Now I love them. I'm still a fan of the Renegades. I still think they're the best uniforms in the whole league. I think people are just hating to hate on them. I think the light blue goes hard. I really do. I still think the Maulers in 2022 had a great uniform, and 2023, but a lot of people hated them. Like to hate it just to hate. Bruh, why does Mole have to taunt me on fantasy? I'm already gonna lose. I've already conceded the championship basically because yeah, we did a 3-round playoff, 1 week, 2 weeks, and so last week was the first week obviously. Yeah, it was not good. First week went really bad. I mean, I ended up getting like just not good. The college football playoff semifinals. That's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. I think both games are gonna be really good. Granted, I've said it before. I think that overall though, it's just I talked about this in my members only video. I still don't believe in Texas or Penn State. I'm gonna be honest. I think that both of their wins are like not that impressive. Let me phrase that. I think that the way they won and what they were expected to. I understand that I was in the minority picking ASU and Boise State, but when you like compare them to like Notre Dame, right? Notre Dame had the free one against Indiana. Everybody knew Indiana was going to get beat in the first round. But in the second round against Georgia, I mean, even though they were like favorites, so many people online said Georgia's still going to win. It's Georgia. Notre Dame had a bad schedule. And I feel like Notre Dame's just going to walk into the championship. I don't expect that game to be too close, but Texas, I'm still not impressed, honestly. Like, Clemson and ASU, I would argue were like the 2 weakest teams in the playoffs in terms of pure team. In terms of how hot they were and how good they were, like, I would rather play Indiana and SMU than I would have rather played ASU. But, like, there's a reason why ASU was expected to be really bad this year. It's just, and the fact that it took them to multiple overtimes, and they only won because that targeting no call. I think Texas gets beat by, I think Ohio State versus Notre Dame is the natty. I think that's probably the natty. And then Notre Dame wins that game. I got back a lot later than I thought I would. Hey, I mean, this game, you missed it. I mean, I've just been complaining basically the past like 20 minutes about that god awful play call. 3rd and 2. The Panthers have a minute left in the half. The Falcons have 2 timeouts left. They do a check down to the out of bounds to give Atlanta a free timeout. And then Atlanta just so happened to score a touchdown with 3 seconds left because they were able to use that second timeout that they shouldn't have had. So aggravating, this team, but hey, somehow the Saints are still beating the Buccaneers. So as of now, the Falcons would make the playoffs over the Buccaneers if the scores were to hold, which is hilarious. But yeah. And the other game's already been playing, so like this game's probably going to end after the Tampa Bay game. So it might end up coming down to the Tampa Bay loses and the Falcons are going to have to actually get the W. We'll see, though. Let's see. Now that we just came out of halftime, I think this was the last game that went to halftime. Buccaneers did just score, it looks like. So the Saints-Buccaneers is 16-13. Saints over the Buccaneers. Cowboys are up 9-3 over the Commies. Bears are up 14-13 over the Packers. Patriots 14-10 over the Bills. Texans 16-6 over the Titans. G-Men are down 10-3 to the Eagles. Colts are winning 20-13 over the Jaguars. Alec Pierce hit the 140-yard touchdown. Hasn't done anything since, bro. Love Alec Pierce. It's basically all he does. He just gets you that one good thing, and that's it. But they've played like they're down 38. Oh, my God. Who is your least favorite team in the NFC South? That's a tough one. It's either the Saints or Falcons. I just like... Probably the Falcons purely because there's like nothing I've ever been like I like about this team. I liked Drew Brees. Tampa Bay has always been a fun team historically, and they're just a fun team usually. Love Mike Evans. Baker's hilarious. I think the Tommy DeVito thing was one of the funniest things this season. Falcons, I've never really liked anything about him. Like Julio Jones was great, but like I never liked Matt Ryan as a QB that much. And then when they lost that Super Bowl to Tom Brady, it was so aggravating because everybody wanted the Falcons to win that game and they choked it away. Oh my God, Falcons probably my least favorite team. Yeah, that'll probably be my answer. They're the least favorite. Yeah. 30-yard line, or the 35-yard line. Let's see what Carolina can do here on 3rd and 5. They drop back to throw. Bryce throws over the middle. It is going to be incomplete. And the Falcons might be able to score again here. Carolina Panthers, bro. This season is almost over. Getting closer and closer to being over. Malik Neighbors has 108 receptions. The most receptions in a single season in Giants history. The Centuries today as well, the PJ opening event of the season. No Scotty, but I'm going to probably watch the end of that before the 8 p.m. game. Punt is a really nice punt. It's going to be down at about the 11-yard line. Panthers obviously number 1. Honestly, probably the Renegades 2. I've grown to really like them. And then 3 would probably be... I don't know. I honestly don't know who I'd say is 3. Because I want to say Memphis, but Memphis really pissed me off last year. So it's I would say top 2 would be those 2. And then 3rd is I don't know. It's just... the Stallions, Brahmas, Showboats, maybe. I don't know. I can say my top 2. My favorite team in the USFL and overall Panthers, and then the Renegades too. It's just I love so many of the Showboats players, and then they just had to literally do nothing all of last season and just infuriated me. So I don't know about that. Just keep Cincinnati out of the playoffs. But what about the Dolphins? What about them making it? How crazy that would be to see them make it. Snoop Huntley leading the Dolphins to the playoffs. That would be great. That would be hilarious. You're telling me. It would be hilarious if Denver loses this game. I honestly hope Denver loses just because how funny it would be. You lost to Carson Wentz in a playoff game. Literally a playoff game for the Broncos. That'd be hilarious. Yeah. If you've been enjoying the stream, make sure to like it and subscribe if you haven't already. And as you can see, G-Man using his team emojis. Thanks to being a community member. We're up to 4 members now. We got like Trevor R just randomly joined like a few days ago, which is sick. But yeah, Cincinnati wants a UFL team. I mean, Ohio's definitely probably going to get one. I would be shocked if Ohio doesn't get a team in 2026 because it feels like everything's just going for it because they have like multiple cities that could. Columbus, Cincy. Hell, you could put one in Cleveland, but you'd put it in Canton, obviously. But yeah, Panthers, Stallions, and Showboats. Not too shocked. Bro, I loved Darius Victor with the job. Well, I loved Sage Surratt with the Breakers. I thought Darius Victor was so good. Jay Adams was a dog. Vontae Diggs with the defense. I mean, it was such a cool team. Case Cookus at quarterback. And that was it. It all went downhill when they let that 2 touchdowns in a minute against the Brahmas. It's all downhill from there. Canton is perfect size. I really do like the team in Canton. I know a lot of people want Columbus, which I do get it. Columbus really doesn't have that many pro teams, so it actually makes sense in a lot of ways. But Tom Benson Stadium is a great one. It's a great place to play, but yeah. Penix hands the ball off on first down to Bijan Robinson, who almost breaks a tackle and does get about 10 yards for a first down. I will say, I'm shocked at how many games. Like, Memphis is having, like 3 Friday Night Football games they're going to be on this year. Like, they're on a decent amount. It's pretty wild. I forgot to check. How many yards is Mike Evans at? That's what I really want to check. I forgot about that. Because I want Mike Evans to hit that 1,000 yards again. They better force feed him. He's only at 31. They better force feed him. He needs that 1,000 yards, bro. If he doesn't get it, bro, Todd Bowles should be fired. I'm not even joking. If he doesn't get 1,000 yards, Todd Bowles should be fired. Todd Bowles should literally tell Baker in like the 4th quarter, just throw to Evans. Or Canton Bulldogs. I mean, if you really want to tie with the NFL, get one of the OG teams. That would be a really good one. They really think Wisenhunt and Dormady about to cook. I mean, Wisenhunt, I like that. Dormady, I don't like that. Now, if they get Jaron Horton as DC, since I know they signed a decent amount of, Mahler's players, that would cook, but Dormady is yikes. Penix throws out to the left. It is incomplete. Might be an interception if it doesn't hit the ground. Return to the 30, the 25, out of bounds at the 20-yard line. That is an interception. They are saying that it never hit the ground. That was just a bad catch by him. That's hilarious. Unlucky, bro. Tried to catch it, hit the ball in the under part, like the underneath of the ball, so he just shot it up and it was intercepted. Unlucky. Viking Wax just made another expansion video. Let's see. Bro, I'm just hitting the back button. I see. Throw is... Ooh, might be a touchdown. That might say they hit the ground, but yep, they're saying it hit the ground. The show's made me so numb to losing that when Casey lost to Buffalo, I literally did not care. Run is up the middle for about a half-yard gain. I just don't want to do a ton of expansion videos. It's just, I hate doing, like, expansion videos a ton because it gets to a point where it's, like, oversaturated. So that's a big issue I've had with other creators who would, like, do it, like, all the time. But, yeah. Crazy because before that, I was tweaking over loss to the Packers and Raiders in 2023. That 2023 Raiders loss on Christmas, man, that, like, really helped them out in the end. Had that huge win streak afterward and all that. I was. I mean, I'm not shocked at it, but I know the comeback period, random UFL talk. I know his channel is gone again for some reason. Again, I don't know how many of you guys watch him or have watched him, but yeah, his channel, the UFL hotline that he changed it to, is like just disappeared again. I mean, seems like every 2 months it happens where he does something like that. Not shocked. Also, speculating constantly leads to disappointing expansion location reveals. I would say so, yeah. Because like if they end up like saying like a couple places that are like I hate when everybody keeps talking about Seattle. Yes, I want Seattle to bring back the Dragons. The Dragons, not the Sea Dragons. I just don't see them doing that in 2026. I just don't. It's just with how they do it, I don't see it. I think that it won't be until 2027. So like I don't want people to be pissed off when like they don't go to New York or they don't go to California and they go to like two more places in the East. I would say though, part of me, I mean this from the bottom of my heart, part of me wants them to add another team to Texas just because of how funny it would be to have four teams in Texas. Don't ask me why. I think it'd be hilarious. I don't want them to, but like I want them to. You know what I mean? Like I don't want them to, but if they did, I would laugh my ass off. I think that'd be hilarious. Comeback period. I want all the heavyweight UFL sportscasters who are Dragons fans when they don't get their team back. Yeah, they're gonna be really upset. But I think they have to wait till 2027. Honestly, I just don't see it happening till then. I like the white helmet better for the Dragons. You're sick on Fox. Let me see this. Go. Yeah, I know there's like one guy on like the PFN Discord that's like the ultimate comeback period hater. Like, bro, every time something happens, was just complaining and saying how he just it's just hilarious. Like, if you go on the PFN Discord and then you like look up comeback period, you'll see who I'm talking about, and he's just the number one hater, bro. Well, yeah, I mean, his channel gone again. You know what I mean? Like, this is like literally the third time it's happened in the last 6 months. So I'm okay with the Austin Gamblers. I just think it'd be hilarious if they did it. But yeah, I mean, despite how ass Memphis was, I went into every game with hope that that they could win. So I'm a delusional fan. Gets the championship game finally. I get betting talk in my championship game. Yes, sir. We get the betting talk on ESPN on ABC. That's right. I will say when he made the UFL hotline and he disabled comments, I was like, bro, that's so weak. Like, that is literally half the point of being a YouTuber is to interact with your community. And when you don't have comments on, you physically can't. Like, that's so effed up. I really hated that. But yeah. I'm hopeful for the season. I hope Friday Night Football ends up being a huge success. I mean, if we're able to average like some really good number on Friday Night Football, that'd be really sick, especially since it's replacing Friday Night SmackDown. We'll see. Delusional sports fans are immortal. It's the only way that you can continue being a fan of one of them. Yeah, bro. Lions fans have been Lions fans since like the 70s or like the 80s. I mean, damn, you literally since that you started being a fan had about like 4 good years. That's it. Cardinals fans, you had about like 3. Yeah, you had like that 1 year with Carson Palmer, that like 1 year in the 90s, that 1 year with Kurt Warner. You had like 3 good years as a Cardinals fan. That's it. In the past 30 years or 40 years, you had like 3 good years. I will say though, if I were to guess right now, I would imagine Ohio gets an expansion team, and then I just don't fully believe in Louisville. Something about me just says I don't think they're gonna get one, but who knows? 4th and 1 for the Carolina Panthers at the 11-yard line. They fake the snap or fake the handoff. Bryce throws over the middle in the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown by tight end. Whoa. Tommy Tremble with the touchdown. If the extra point is good, it is a tied game, 24-24. The TFL. But think about it. When they expand again in 2027, they can make 3 4-team divisions, and one of them will be the Texas division. Yeah, I mean, I hope when they expand, they don't pick, like, really bad places that are just random. Like, I hope they pick Columbus or Canton. And I still have hope for Denver. I think Denver will be really good. New Orleans Breakers are likely. I really hope they do that. I don't like how like they're not talking about it that way because there's multiple places you could play. I'd love to see that. I have no idea how the Bears are clinging on this lead. Because the Packers are one of those teams. They're one of those teams that can just like they can win like any game and they can lose like any game. I mean, isn't Christian Watson out also? Like I think I just saw it. He's also out with an injury, so they're missing like their best receiver too. So yeah. Joe Flacco. Where was this Joe Flacco last week in the game I was at? I was at the Giants game. If you're not on Instagram, I was at the Giants Colts game, my first NFL regular season game I went to. I'd gone to college games. I went to 2 championship games in spring football. Never gone to a regular season NFL game. And that was my first one. Great game. Love seeing my boy Pierce score a touchdown. But man, Flacco was not great. Denver Gold. I really hope they do Denver. I really do. Like, I mean, I think it's a great start. Because if you do that, you give hope to fans in California, Seattle, all those places. Yes, Columbus does. It's like the Crew Stadium, something like that. I forgot what it's called. But yes, they do have a like 20,000 seat stadium. So it's the good and bad. The good, yes, they have a smaller stadium, but it's bad that you have to share with like an MLS team, which really sucks because that's the issue with the DC Defenders. The DC Defenders having to share a stadium with an MLS team means they get like less scheduling priority, but it still is a good place to play in terms of the size. So yeah. And we still have not gotten any word about where the championship game is, though, again, like we said before, it does look like it is probably going to be Birmingham, but no official word. And Baker did just throw an interception, so the Saints have the ball back with like 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Penix is in shotgun, 1 man to his left, 1 man to his right, and 1 man behind him. Ball is snapped, hands the ball off to Tyler Algier, who gets about 5 yards, about 7 yards for a 7-yard gain. It is going to be about 2nd and 3. Bucks out here selling. I got that feeling that somehow, someway, the Panthers and Saints are going to win, and it's just going to be like hilarious because the Falcons fans are just going to be sitting there like, bro, we really got a free playoff spot and we lost the Panthers. Because this Falcons team is no business being in the playoffs. Like how bad Pittsburgh and like Denver have been playing, this Falcons team would be the worst team in the playoffs by a mile. Penix is in shotgun. He gets the ball, hands it off on 2nd down. Tackled for about a 3-yard gain, going to be about 3rd and 1. Pretty sure this is the best game on right now also, which is just getting lucky, but I'm pretty sure like every other game is not this good. Yeah, there's no other game nearly this good. The Colts-Jags is 20-13, which is a solid one, but yeah, this is the best game overall. Since okay, 3rd and 1, let's see. Penix is in shotgun, kind of a weird decision. Hands off the ball. Algier gets the 1st down and more. Gets to the 50, the 45, and he gets tackled out of bounds at about the 42-yard line in Panthers territory. Big play overall. Let's see. I'm just going to pull this up since we're in this right now. I'm going to look at the Fantasy League playoff bracket. I just want to kind of see what it is at right now. Full standings. Playoff bracket. Okay, so David's definitely getting that 3 seed, 3rd place. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. I've got still another game left, but yeah. This is a fun fantasy football league thing. I hope that ESPN does one, because I don't want to do one of the random things. I kind of do want to see ESPN do a fantasy football league for the UFL, but like this was a fun season. I know a couple people got really unlucky. Like G-Man like had a really unlucky break the last few weeks of the season. And I know like a couple others like got really close, but yeah, Mole did definitely get the W. He's definitely going to win it all. You think Denver beats the refs? I mean, it's the Kansas City backups. You're playing against Carson Wentz. I mean, it would be hilarious if Wentz gets a W. Bucks are great with their starting RB wide receiver 1 until Detroit lost to them, but knocked them out. Steelers has locker room drama again. Always happens with Tomlin. Hey, California had 4 teams. Tomlin is such a weird coach in a lot of ways because it's like the truth is the winning record streak is insane. Like it really is insane. Okay, so we're bullying me. Yeah, I've got his Stallions hat like behind me. I gotta pack it and then I'm gonna ship it out tomorrow because I already know it's over. I mean, like I said, I said initially that if somebody got second place in the championship with me, they'd get it. So I would be, I'm gonna be shipping that out like tomorrow probably. But yeah, he's gonna get it. W Mole, he got the W. Yeah, but I mean, as for Tomlin, like I always go back to like the Duck Hodges season when Duck Hodges and Mason Rudolph went to like 9 wins. It was like insane. And earlier this season, do not confuse good with great was classic, but like it's just with Tomlin, it's hard to justify really anything with him because in a lot of ways, if he were to get fired, legitimately, every team but like 5 would hire him. I would imagine like the Chargers wouldn't, Chiefs wouldn't, Lions wouldn't, Bills probably wouldn't, the Vikings wouldn't, maybe like 1 or 2 other teams. Like Tomlin would be an upgrade for like over 60% of the NFL coaches. I mean, it's just like John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh has about the same things. Harbaugh has been a very disappointing coach with his team the past like 5 years, but from the history he's done, has kind of gotten a ton of leeway. It's the NFC North. I mean, AFC North, it is what it is. Penix hands off the ball on first down. Algier gets about 7 yards. First down carry. After he was able to break the tackle a little bit. WG, man. Yeah. Yeah, it was as soon as I saw Mole scored 180 in the first week of the playoffs, in the first week of the championship, I was like, yeah, it's probably over. Like, he had like, what was it, like Marvin Mims dropped like 30 points for him or something just absolutely stupid. Like, I was just sitting there and like, all like, really? Or like T. Higgins scored some stupid amount. It was over. It was over. Let me see. Handoff is about 2-yard gain. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor got him 27. T. Higgins got him 40. Ladd McConkey got him 30. And Zach Ertz got him 25. Like, when you're seeing those numbers, it's over. Especially because that was the week that Aubrey, McLaurin, and Ford all did nothing in fantasy. So, like, even though I scored 170, or I scored like 120, it just didn't matter. It just didn't matter. 180 is nothing compared to me. Has peaked with the Steelers, needs to move on. You could say the same about the Ravens, but they're probably not going to do it. It's just they're not gonna, but they probably could. Brother, showboats. I don't know about that. Some bull takes. I will say, though, I was talking about this online with like UFO updating people. The only power rankings I would change from when I ended the season till now is I would probably move the Panthers down like 2 or 3 spots. The question marks they have a defense are huge, and I would say I still think they're the second best team in the USFL conference right now as we speak. But I would move them down compared to like the Renegades, Brahmas, like that. Quick pass out to the left from Penix to Bajan results in about a 3-yard loss. Is going to be 3rd and about 12 at the 32-yard line. Week 1 is Memphis's peak. I don't know if that's the case. They peaked when they played the Roughnecks both times. And somehow the Bears still are beating the Packers heading into the 4th quarter. Which a Bears win, fun fact, would drop them possibly nowhere. Because if the Saints win, they just stay there at number 9, which is hilarious. But yeah, 10 straight losses, the biggest losing streak right now. Penix drops back to throw, fakes the throw, and he's going to be sacked for about a 2-yard loss. This is going to be 4th and 13. They will be kicking a field goal. Saints scored again. It is 19-13 Saints over the Buccaneers. I hate the Roughnecks. Understandable. I mean, it was like I talked about it with Jake during the interview. I don't remember if I talked about him during the interview. I talked to him afterwards, but like the Roughnecks change they did it's still so bad. The hindsight, like, usually hindsight makes something look better. It makes it look worse. Let's see if Patterson can make this. This is the 52-yard field goal. Oh, no, he did not. That was, like, really, really high and really, really not in. So it is 24 all still. The Giants are so cooked. TDEC will be lit. I hope it is. Hey, isn't that good, though, that the Giants are cooked? Or are they winning? Oh, they're losing. That's good. Yeah, so you guys can at least stay in, like, the 4th pick right now. Let's see. The Patriots winning yet or no? Excuse me. Patriots are still winning, so that's good for you guys. Because, I mean, granted, it doesn't really matter because they're not drafting a quarterback anyway. But, you know, you'll move up one spot, which really does nothing for you. Since you're probably not going to draft Travis Hunter anyway. That's who the Patriots are going to pick. But, yeah, I mean, Giants, I was at that game. They really screwed their season over. Really bad. People said the Roughnecks were better despite being swept by Memphis and finishing worst on the season. Yeah, I mean, no. I remember seeing some people say that stuff too, but it's like, because they won their one game against, like, Arlington, right? They won that Tank Bowl. Or, no, I think I'm forgetting that. I'm getting that mixed up. 2024 UFL Roughnecks. Schedule and scores. So we're just not showing the schedule and scores. Thank you so much. Really, we're not showing the... I literally said current season, and it didn't give me the current season. Thank you so much. Yeah, they're 1-1 against the Renegades in Week 4. So, I mean, like, the Renegades finished the season as, like, the 4th best team in the league. Like, they were better than the Battlehawks to end the year. So, I mean, I get some people try to use that as a reason, but, like, no. No, the Roughnecks were the worst team in the league last year. You lost to Memphis twice. Like, if you think Memphis was the worst team in the league last year, which is justified, until you realize that the Roughnecks couldn't beat them. So if you can't beat the worst team in the league, you're the worst team in the league. You know how legendary it would be for the Roughnecks to actually have the best offense in the league? Oh my god. That was definitely the best stream moment last year. White helmet or orange helmet for the Seattle Sea Dragons. Seattle Dragons. I did honestly like... I did like the orange helmets, but naturally it had the worst logo on it. It had the Dragons logo, not the Sea Dragons logo, so it's hard to tell for sure, but probably the white helmets, just because I don't know how the orange helmet would look with the old logo. Because I want them to bring back the old logo, so they would do that. I don't know how you would, make it work. Yeah, I agree. The Arlington offense was so good, and the defense was just so ass. The Giants scored, but they still had a second chance and still couldn't do it. That Roughnecks, that's such a classic moment. The best offense in the league. I still remember that, like, just sitting there, like, it's like one of those, like, when you spit your water out moments. Like, did he just say what I think he just said? It's classic. Well, since we got the Giants fan in here, just an FYI for those of you who don't know, the Giants winning would be very bad for them because they have a 551 strength of schedule. That is actually insanely good. A win would, if everything else, every other team were to lose and the Giants win, they would drop from 4th to 8th in the draft order because of their strength of schedule, which, as you can imagine, is not good. Especially when the Giants need an edge rusher, which that means that the Carolina Panthers would draft Abdul Carter, so that would be really bad for them. Bryce is faking the throw. He's going to run out to his left. He fakes the throw and gets the first down, and he's going to keep running out of bounds. What is this Roughneck slander? Starting Jarrett Garantano doesn't exactly scream best offense in the league. Bro, mullet is what it is. The Roughnecks just getting bullied. There's catching strays. Blame G-Man. He was talking about people saying the Roughnecks were worse, but people said they were better. The Houston Roughnecks, bro. What a team. The best offense in the league last year. Is what it is, bro. The Roughnecks, yikes. Sign AJ to the Roughnecks. Oh my god. I will say it. I think it's crazy to think about, but honestly, it looks like Perez might be the only one of like the big four spring football quarterbacks to return this year. Like we've had no news on like Cookus and Teamu, and then McCarron has just been like on talk shows just yapping, and then Perez has just said nothing as like, yeah, I'm gonna come back, and so it's basically just him, which is crazy. The good old Roughnecks. How many games do they have on Friday night? Just one? Roughnecks literally are on the first game of the season, and they don't have any other Friday night football game. That's hilarious. Somehow being a Memphis fan was definitely more painful than Roughnecks. Just the opener. Yeah, I can see that, but because it's like the Showboats, you also have 2023, which was so much worse than the Gamblers 2023. So yeah, Bryce throws out to his right, incomplete. Because like if you date back to 2023, either A, you use the Gamblers where they were a fun team to watch, had a really fun offense with Thompson and Hall, or you have the Roughnecks in the XFL, which were a playoff team, versus the Showboats, whose most famous time was that image, which no, I will not pull up the image, but we all know what image I'm talking about. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely worse being a Showboats fan. Though I will say, as of now, it might be better to be a Showboats fan because on one hand you have a new coach, and the other hand you have Curtis Johnson as your head coach. So we'll see. 2nd and 10 for Carolina. Ball is snapped, hands off for about a 2-yard gain, and he's tackled. 4 minutes left. Brandon Aubrey scored another field goal. We love seeing that. Brandon Aubrey kicking field goal after field goal. What a legend. Let's see. The Commies have had 3 players throw. They have Marcus Mariota in there. Okay. Maybe the ball. They might kick again. That'd be hilarious if they kick another field goal. 5 field goals for them would be great. Bryce is at 3rd and 8. Drops back to throw. Throws over the middle. It is caught for a first down by Jalen Coker, the best rookie receiver on the Carolina Panthers. Might have been frauds, but at least they were competent. Yeah, that 2023 Roughnecks team, what a great playoff game. The image that shall not be named, infamous, not famous. The kick six, that was a classic, the kick six. Good old Todd Haley. I love how some Memphis fans are missing Todd Haley, which is wild to think about, but it's true. New Orleans still holds a 6-point lead over the Buccaneers, with the 4th quarter just starting, by the way. So it does look like this game will end after the Buccaneers game. So for our viewing pleasure, we would hope the Buccaneers lose just so this game means more. Let's see. What is... Mike Evans is up to 40 yards receiving. He still needs about like 48 yards, I think, or 49 yards, which that would suck. If he doesn't get it, oh my god. Hey, yo, what did I just see? Hold up, give me a second. Skip Bayless is being sued and accused of offering $1.5 million to have sex with someone. Bruh. That's... okay, bro. Skip taking another L. The Bucks kicked a 14-yard punt. That's great. Bucks are selling lol. Love scary fun Todd Haley. Oh god. I would like to see an all-star game with the ULF, UFL, and the ELF. Yeah, but I think the seasons don't play at the same time, which is definitely the hardest part about it. Skip Bayless would be a cooner. I hate Skip. The downfall of Skip Bayless needs to be studied. Bro, that was such a lose-lose thing. Like, I feel like Shannon even is like just less in the media, even though he does more. It just, yikes, Skip Bayless, that was so bad. The whole year was terrible for him. Why do you have to remind me of CJ? Curtis Johnson. It's the best offense in the league. 2nd and 8 for the Panthers. Ball is snapped. Throws it to the right. It is caught for a touchdown. Panthers are up 30-24. This is not good. They're ruining the tank, bro. No. Oh, that's not good. We're ruining the tank, bro. Abdul Carter, we need you, and we're not going to get you if we keep this up. That's not good. Alec Pierce, did he do it again? Oh, no, that's shown last week. Bruh, I got my hopes up because I saw week 17. I thought he scored another touchdown. I was like, yay. He didn't. He had one 40-yard reception. He's got him 11 points, and that's it. Kick is up. It is good. It is 31-24. Are the Falcons going to sell their playoff spot? I wouldn't be shocked. It would be so NFC South for both teams to lose. That is such an NFC South moment. Both teams to lose, and then the Buccaneers just happen to slip in. The Carolina Panthers win percentage is 70. Wow, that's really high. The Giants are at Philly, 37, down 17-10. Giants need to lose that game. I mean, as a Panthers fan, I need the Giants to lose or win the game because the Giants are the team most likely to draft Abdul Carter ahead of us, and we don't need that to happen, but yeah, Giants really ruined their tank with that because they really screwed themselves over because, like, winning that game means that they're not going to get a quarterback in the top 2, and there is no other first-round quarterback, really, so you just kind of screwed yourselves out of a quarterback when you really need one. So it's like, what are you going to do now? Not at number 4, they're not. I mean, you only have 2 quarterbacks in this draft that should even go in the first round, and then that's it. And the Titans and Browns are going to take them. So they're kind of screwed there. Like, I mean, if they get the 4th overall pick, they're picking Abdul Carter. Anyone else would be, like, a massive shock. Because they need edge rusher, and he's the best edge rusher in the draft. Because you have to have a top 2 pick. Because odds are the Patriots are going to trade down to 2 or 3 to get a pick or something. And they're going to pick Hunter at 3 or 2. And then number 4, the Giants pick Abdul Carter unless they trade somewhere. But, like, they're probably going to end up taking a flyer on somebody in, like, the 3rd round. Take, like, a Jalen Milroe or take, like, a Quinn Ewers in, like, the 2nd or something like that. Yeah. "57 seconds. I hope Sam Hartman plays for Birmingham." Don't say that. We don't need them to get another quarterback. They already got Matt Corral back. We don't need them to have another dual QB system. That would be just no, bro. The Stallions winning a 4th straight championship would be just, oh my god. Penix snaps the ball, drops back, throws over the middle, throws a deep shot. It is caught by Drake London at the 40, at the 35 in Panthers territory. And the Falcons are almost already in field goal range. Granted, their kicker is not trustworthy at all, but they're there. Remember, if you are enjoying this stream, make sure to like the stream and subscribe if you haven't already. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers to a giveaway. And the UFL season starts in just a couple months. We got a couple videos coming out soon. Again, the ranking the schedules is probably going to come out on Friday or next Friday, one of the two. Penix is in shotgun, snaps the ball, hands it off on 1st down. Bajan gets it to the outside. He's still up. He gets about 3.5 yards on the 1st down play. Man, Battlehawks Memphis will be me telling you, stop being a Memphis fan. Hey, I'm going to be honest. The Battlehawks, it's going to be weird. I don't know what that's going to be. The Battlehawks are either going to be, like, really good or they're going to be really bad next year. I have a feeling they're either going to be, like, 7-3 again or they're going to be, like, 3-7. Because if they bring back Bradkowski and their quarterback room is what it is right now, which is what it's going to be, it's going to be a really risky QB room. And let's just say A.J. McCarron is going to be preying on their downfall. I was at my grandparents' house for about a week, and my mom and grandma kept saying my brother looks like Sam Hartman. It's weird. Oh my god. I will be a Memphis fan forever. They're showboats. Maybe they're gonna be good this year. Because I mean, the Roughnecks, right? They changed up like their whole team, and a lot of things gonna be like that. Max Duggan, Hakeem Butler about to be. Hey, that's bold. That's bold. Max Duggan couldn't even beat Perez for the QB3 job in Los Angeles, even though he was there a year. Like, that's the thing I think a lot of Battlehawks fans are really skeptical about, is that Duggan is projected to be the starter for them, and he couldn't even beat out Perez for a job. And granted, Perez is an elite QB in the spring football level, but it's the idea that, Duggan was there for a year and still did that. Bro, gee, man, you're not going to bully him like that. I still have water in this? Okay. I thought I almost had knocked over my can. That would have been really bad. Michael and Son, bro. Some of these ads. Terry McLaurin is in the red zone. Blah, blah, blah. Who's Memphis' QB? Yeah, that's yeah, you don't want to answer that, even though we all know who it is. That's not good. Good old Quentin Dormady, baby. We love having a quarterback that's just kind of there, and that's all he is just kind of there. Just vibes and plays, but doesn't really do anything. He gives you like one good game, and then that's it. He just disappears. Showboats fans choose violence. The yacht club is dedicated to heckling opponents. Well, we'll see about Duggan, because, I mean, Duggan did get a team to the Natty. I mean, everybody forgets that. They always act like, they talk about when he got absolutely hammered in that one game, right, in the championship, but he got there. But Quentin Dormady, he'll give you one or two good games. Him and Josh Love are like the same quarterback. They give you, like, a good game every, like, 4 weeks, and then they, like, literal trash the rest of it. Or, no, Love was literally peak Tom Brady and then was Jamarcus Russell. Quentin Dormady was more like, I don't know, a peak great quarterback that's not as good as Tom Brady, and then when he was bad, he was just like not good, but he wasn't horrid. Josh Love literally was either the best QB in the league or the worst. There was like no in between. Penix gets the snap, hands off the ball on 3rd and 2, and it is a first down from Bijan Robinson to about the 22-yard line. Jawalers. Hey, Manny Wilkins has to get that arm under control, because when I look back at his stats and I'm like seeing like 50 completion percentage, like that's horrible. I mean, he was inaccurate. Joe Milton making himself some money. Toby Johnson just talked about that on X, and yeah, he did. He's been really good today. 22 of 27 for 241 and a touchdown is insane for a third stringer. And a 1-yard rush TD. Motion in front of Penix, who's in shotgun with Bijan right behind him. Pitches the ball out to Bijan out to the left. Bijan stops, he moves, and he gets about 4 or 5 yards. There is a flag, might be holding offense, might be defense, something like, we'll see. Yep, offensive holding, 10-yard penalty by Drake London. Giants are only down by 4. This is not good for Nope. This is good for me if the Giants win that game. The Giants, like I said, they ruined their tank last week with that Drew Lock performance where he just went off, which was crazy to watch. But yeah. Memphis is going to go 0-10, but I'll keep rallying like we're going undefeated. Bro, an 0-10 spring football team would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. I mean, even all these leagues, you never had a team like that. Which is crazy to think about, but it's true. Let's see. The Saints-Buccaneers is still 19-13 with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Ball is snapped. Penix drops back to throw. Throws out to his left. Jumping catch, incomplete. Incomplete. You're going to be 2nd and 20. 42-2 for 10 straight. That's mean. Hey, the 2022 Maulers won a game. They won that one game against Houston. Yeah, against Houston with Vadley, and that was it. Literal one win with Vadley, and they just benched him like a week later for no reason. Kirby Wilson, what a coach. Just remember, if you're a Roughnecks fan, it could always be worse. Penix drops back to throw. Throws a check down over the middle to Tyler Algier, who breaks a tackle, and he keeps going for about 10-yard gain. He's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage at the 20-yard line. Might even get him to the 19. Colts Jags is tied. This is huge. That is a big deal. For the tank, that is a big deal. If the Jacksonville Jaguars win that game, they might drop, pending if the Bears win, potentially 5 spots due to their strength of... Oh, no, they're going to drop potentially to the 9 spot, which means the Panthers, Jets, Raiders, and Bears, if they lose, would all move above Jacksonville. That is a huge deal. As well as that means the Giants, even with a win, do not move down as far as they could. That is a big deal if the Jaguars win that game. Ball is snapped. Penix drops back, throws out to his left. It is going to be caught. They might call it half a yard shy, and they probably should call it half a yard shy. They're probably going to go for it, though. Maulers were the worst team ever. Cut a player over slice pieces, start 4 QBs, call the same play multiple times each week. Yeah, especially since that player was De'Veon Smith, who ended up, well, we all know what he did this past year. It makes it look even worse. And it's not the fact that they played 4 QBs, it's how they did it. Because, Vadley was the best quarterback they had by far that year, and they just kept benching him, and they ended up playing, Roland Rivers for, 3 weeks or something for no reason. It was just wild. That team was yikes. And remember, they've had the original Tank Bowl against the Paxton Lynch Panthers and lost. Not even close. By the way, Bijan does break multiple tackles, and he gets the first down for the Falcons. They stay alive. Because that's the most important thing, right? They had a Tank Bowl to win the #1 overall pick, and then lost to the Paxton Lynch Panthers. When you start rolling Rivers the third, true. Falcons might be cooking. They need a touchdown here. I don't know what's going on in the Saints game, but the time hasn't moved. Uh-oh, false start on the Falcons. Loss of 5 yards. The Bears are up 21-13. Again, big for the tank. The Bears, again, will only literally move down a spot. If that. They'll literally move down 1 spot unless the Saints win. But, so it really doesn't matter all that much. But yeah. We'll be the next NFL GOAT, bruh. The Bears. To think that, literally, 10 weeks ago, people thought the Bears were going to make the playoffs is hilarious. Penix gets the snap. Throws a quick check down to Bijan Robinson, who beats one man and is able to get for about a 5-yard gain, goes out of bounds at the original line of scrimmage. Going to be about 2nd and 10. The Falcons, Panthers, and Bucks Saints are about the same time remaining. Both are in the 10-minute range, though it's a 30-second difference. So both games are going on roughly the same amount of time left. This is huge, of course, for both teams. Falcons need a win and a Buccaneers loss. The Buccaneers just need to not have that happen. And then somehow one of those teams hosts a playoff game. Penix is in shotgun with Bijan to his right. He's got 2 receivers out to his left and right. He drops back. Looks over the middle, looks to his right, scrambling to the left. Keeps scrambling to the left. Throws the ball out of bounds, and there is a flag. The Buccaneers just scored a touchdown to take the lead. They're up 20-19, and will have a chance to probably go for 2 to make it a 3-point game. And as for Mike Evans' stat watch, which is, of course, the most important part of that game, he is at 50 yards, and I believe he needs about 36 more yards to hit 1,000, if I remember correctly. And, of course, that's what matters the most. That matters more than the playoff spot. Truly, it matters more. Like, I could care less which team make the playoffs as long as Mike Evans gets 1,000 yards. That's what matters most. And I will say, I hate how people are acting like Mike Evans isn't a first ballot Hall of Famer. Like, you'll see the same people say, like, Fred Taylor should be a Hall of Famer, and it's like, no. Mike Evans is better, but yeah. Ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage. Is going to be incomplete. 2nd and 20 for the Falcons. Baker Mayfield is the GOAT, dude. Good old Baker. So glad we used to have him and Darnold. Now they're both doing so much better off the team. Isn't that great? Doesn't it show how good a culture we have? You learn... Bruh. I mean, hey, as long as there's no issues with dogs, I think it's a major upgrade over the last time. Excuse me. 3rd and 20 for the Falcons. Penix drops back to throw. Throws it to the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown by Drake London. Falcons will tie this game up with an extra point to make it 34-34, right? Or, yeah, 31-31, my bad. Eagles got to start cooking. Giants got the ball. 2 minutes left. Oh, that's not good for you guys. Touchdown for the Falcons. Both these games are insanely close. The Saints, they need to pull this off for the Falcons. Again, this game might end first now because it's going a bit quicker. Does he tie with the extra point? He barely made it. That was a barely made one. Falcons win percentage is up to 53% now, according to ESPN. How about that? Let's see how much it goes up with the extra point. Probably about like 4%, honestly. He's probably going to jump it to about like 57%. 53, wow. This is getting interesting. This is definitely getting interesting between both these games. Rico Dowdle. So let's go look at the scores now since we're in another commercial break. Okay, so the Texans game literally doesn't matter. Texans are going to beat the Titans. Jags, Colts. Colts are winning by a whole whopping 3 points now. The Eagles are only up by 4 over the G-Men. Cowboys took the lead over the Commies by 2. Bears are still winning over the Packers by a touchdown on a 2-point conversion. Patriots are still beating the Bills, which again matters if the Giants lose. Again, a Patriots win is what Giants need, because a Patriots win and a Giants loss means that the Giants... Well, really nothing. I take that back. I forgot. That's the one that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yeah, the Giants, they're screwed. That's basically the best way to put it. They're screwed. Yeah, the Eagles still got it, but the Titans losing, I mean, the Giants winning is just a matter of them getting screwed over and who the not quarterback they take is, because they're not going to pick a quarterback anyway because of the fact that the Browns and Titans both overtook them and shrank the record and all that. The Giants are playing for Abdul Carter. That's basically what it is, because I mean, I'm pretty sure he's projected to be the first edge rusher taken, and that's who they're playing for. Which sucks for the Panthers, but you know what? Is what it is. Let's go over here. See what's being popped up over here. Final group just came out for the century. Colin and Hideki. Gonna be putting that on later tonight when it's probably about like 6 or 7. Pretty much after the 4 p.m. window. I hope those games don't go to overtime so I can watch the end of that. See Morikawa get the W. We need that. Let's see if the Falcons can pull this W off. 10 minutes left pretty much in both games. Again, the Falcons need this win, and they need the Buccaneers to lose. So, we'll see. Again, both games still relatively similar times. About like a 1-minute discrepancy between the two of them. Still close. I will say the one thing that's important to note, though, is that the loss for the Giants only secures them a dual card. They're not going to get a QB. Though they could trade up, but I wouldn't. I mean, when your team's that bad, you do not want to trade up because that's what the Panthers did. We traded up for Bryce when our team was missing about like 18 pieces, and now our team's missing about like 20 pieces. So, yeah. At the 30-yard line, Bryce is under center. Motion behind him. Hands off the ball on first down. About a 5-yard gain almost. Let's see. Not getting anything on here. First season as Atlanta DB coach. Second and 6 for Carolina. Bryce is in shotgun. He's got 2 receivers out left, 2 receivers out right, and 1 man behind him in the backfield, or with him in the backfield. Ball is snapped. Bryce drops back, looks to his right, throws quick, first down, and about another 4 yards by Coker, I believe that's what it is. No, I think that's stealing. I think that's stealing. No, that is Coker. Couldn't tell. I think just when they have the same number, I just keep forgetting which one is who. You know what I mean? Just keep forgetting which is which. Bryce Young, 17 of 23 for 158 and 3 touchdowns. Bryce Young is once again in shotgun. He's got 2 receivers out to his left and 1 far out left. He's got another man with him in the backfield. Fakes the handoff, immediately looks left, fakes the throw, keeps scrambling out to his left. Quick check down at the left. Going to be out of bounds by Jalen Coker for about a 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4-ish at about the 50-yard line. 8 minutes left. And let's go to the other game. Where is this? I'm looking on Google. Putting up the game cast on here. The Saints just had a timeout be called. Spencer Rattler incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 for them at midfield. Bryce hands the ball off on 2nd and 3. It's going to be about a 1.5-yard gain after the yardage. Now, this is going to be forward progress. This is, again, very similar to the last situation. What you do here is simple. You run it you run it in the middle. You get at least 1.5 yards, and then you go for it on 4th down. I'm saying this despite wanting the team to lose. I'm saying how you win this. You run it in the middle, and then you go for it again. If you cannot go for it on 4th and 1/2, and you cannot get it, you do not deserve to win a game. Run it twice. Just eat up clock, try and score, keep this drive alive. And they do hand the ball off in the middle, and it's a 1st down. And it's more. It gets to the 40 and the 35. He's still up. He's still getting pushed forward. Gets to about the 33-yard line. See, if they had done that before the half, maybe the Falcons would be losing by a lot instead of tie game. Just saying. Roughing the passer, let's go. And Spencer Rattler just got sacked. The win percentage for Tampa Bay is up to 64%, whereas the Falcons are up to 74% right now. Or were. Oh, this is literally not refreshed on my thing. Are you serious? Okay, it's up to 62% for the Panthers. So right now, it's looking really good if you're a Tampa Bay fan. Bryce throws out to the right. It is incomplete. And it looks like there might be offensive pass interference right there. Phillips was hit on the ground. Might be OPI. Or face mask. Let's see. They're still debating. Face mask on the offense. 15-yard penalty. That's a big blow for the Panthers right there. And that was a Thielen throw, by the way. Little face mask, bro. Good acting. W acting. W acting. Delay of game on the Saints. They're on 3rd and 23. Incomplete. They're going to have to punt the ball away just by being down by 1. Jordan Love got hurt too. That ain't good for them. I don't know if he's back in, but yeah, that ain't good. 1st and 25 back at the 48-yard line for the Panthers now. Ball is snapped. Bryce drops back, throws quick out to the right, and it is caught for a first down by other Sanders. Don't forget we have 2 Sanders on our team. Big boy Vita Vea. Yeah, I just saw that sack on the Gamecast a little bit ago. As of now, Panthers win percentage is 68. The Buccaneers is 67. Either one of those things happen, and the Buccaneers are in the playoffs officially as a home team in the first round. Ball is snapped, and it is going to be about a 7-yard gain. And granted, what that means is they will probably get annihilated by either the Vikings or Lions. I say probably because if it's the Lions, honestly, they might actually be the Lions just because of how badly injured the defense is. But that's against the point. Let's see. Mike Evans still does not have enough yards for the 1,000 yards, which if that doesn't happen, as I said, I do believe Todd Bowles should be fired for that. Not even joking. They do not get him 1,000 yards. That's a fireable offense. He's your best player in franchise history. You better get him that 1,000 yards. Ball is snapped. Bryce looks to the left. He keeps rolling out, and he throws it to Sanders. He gets the first down. Ooh, no, they're probably going to call him about half a yard short. I don't think Jachavian got that. Third and 1. Just run it. Please just run it. If you're going to end the season with a win, at least make it like a real win. Just run it in the middle. Or actually do a toss play. I wouldn't be against toss play just because it might be a little shocking. They fake the handoff. Bryce is over, running to the right. He's going to run it. He's going to get the touchdown. Bryce scores a touchdown. 37-31. Going to be 38 if they make the extra point. Wow. We might have an 80-point game in our hands. And the Titans are making the game somewhat close. They're down by 9, but not a ton of time left. Commies are still losing to the Cowboys, and the Commies have something to play for. That's what's even worse. Marcus Mariota, 10 of 11, 150 yards. Kick is up, and it is good. It is 38-31, Carolina over them. How about that? That's a big deal. That's actually wild. Let's see. Anything else we posted up here? Bryce Young has 5 touchdowns today. Oh, my God. Offensive holding. Okay. Tampa Bay's win percentage is still 62%. There is 7.5 minutes left in that game as of right now. And as for the Tankathon, other teams, the Jags-Colts is tied 23-23 with 40 seconds left. Indy does have the ball, but they are not in field goal range as of the stand. So that might go to overtime, which again is huge in terms of the draft positions. The Jaguars have the lowest strength of schedule of any team that is not the Patriots in the top 10. So a win here is huge for the Panthers, Jets, Vikings, or Panthers, Jets, Raiders, and Bears, as long as the Bears lose their game. Still commercials, bro. This is actually wild, though. I can't believe this game is so high scoring. The Giants game I went to was high scoring. This game I picked the stream is like insanely high scoring too. It's actually kind of wild. You know what I mean? Mm. Live stream, go back there. Love having to check everything. Trying to keep up with the Saints game on here. Mike Evans gets another about 9 yards. That's good. I'm getting close. He's at 59 yards. Again, they need to have him hit a deep shot. If he hits a 40-yard deep shot, that'd be huge. Four minutes left in this game. Odds are this game is now officially going to end sooner, despite the fact that they started like 5 minutes earlier. Like there was 5 minutes already pretty much gone in the Saints game before this game actually came on after halftime, which is wild, but yeah. It is going to be a touchback on the kickoff, so the Falcons will get the ball at the 30-yard line. It is possible, if you're the Falcons, you might just want to try and milk this clock, score a touchdown, go for 2 to try and win the game, not go to OT. This is one of those games where whoever gets the ball in OT first probably wins it. So if you're a Falcons fan, you want to score now and you want to score a 2-point conversion to end the game. I picked Falcons, want the Panthers to win. That's a W way to do it. It's this way you always win. You never really lose. Prime Drew Lock. Did he just throw an interception? That'd be a very big W if he did. And the first down play is a first down, about a 13-yard gain from Bajan. He's been having a really good game. Tampa Bay is on 3rd and 14. And the Giants do lose. That, of course, is big for them right there. Falcons 1st and 10. Ball is snapped. Penix hands the ball off. Gets a few yards on that play. And he ends up getting a first down again. Let's see. I'm trying to look up and see when they're going to put this up here. Tankathon is not fully updated yet. There you go. Giants are now up to 3rd in the draft order, and the Titans are at number 1 officially. Again, the Patriots game is still going on. As of now, the Titans are the number 1 overall pick holders. If the New England Patriots hold on to the lead, that means the Tennessee Titans win the draft lottery, or win the draft, and get the number 1 overall pick by finishing the tank. Titans might pull off the upset to get the tank. Penix throws quick to Drake London over the middle, and London maybe dove for a first down. They might call him a half-yard short, but they're probably going to give him the first down. Packers do have the lead over the Bears. Finally, somehow they got the lead now, with about less than a minute left, 48 seconds left in the game clock. As for the Saints-Buccaneers, the Buccaneers did get a first down, but they are now at 1st and 20 thanks to an offensive holding play, but there is only 3.5 minutes left. Bijan Robinson does get the first down, and then about another 5 more. Panthers' win percentage is all the way up to 81% now. The Giants finished the tank even though they ruined it. Yeah, the Giants really did ruin the tank because the Titans, if the Patriots end up winning this game, it's not going to matter because they weren't drafting a quarterback anyway. Because that's the worst. If you finish 3rd, which is what you're probably going to finish, knowing that the 2 teams above you just happen to be the only other 2 teams right there that want to pick quarterbacks. Yikes. We are at the 2-minute warning officially. They are doing a good job of milking this clock. Like I said, they needed to milk this clock. There was no way they could really win this game by not doing that. So definitely a good thing for them right there. The Giants, yeah, the Giants, man. This is a yikes for them, definitely. The X line. Let's see. Have any other games finished yet? Jacksonville Colts does look like it's probably going to go to OT, though it might end in the field goal. I'm just looking on Tankathon, so I can't see exactly where the yardage are for all of them. Yeah, that game's going to OT, it looks like. So the Jags and the Colts. Again, the Jags winning would be huge for a lot of other teams because that would move them up all a spot. Patriots are still winning with 1:40 left, and even then it's a 7-point game. Of course, the mock draft, according to Tankathon, would be Shador number 1, Ward number 2, Hunter 3, and McMillan 4th, though that's not really what's going to happen, odds are, because Patriots drafting a receiver is like not what they should do since they suck at drafting them, but yeah. Let's go over here. As the Saints-Buccaneers game, the Saints did just get another first down. I mean, the Buccaneers got another first down. Their win percentage is up to 88%. They are already in field goal range with 2.5 minutes left. The field goal will force Tampa Bay to kick, or force New Orleans to score a touchdown. And sadly, it's getting closer and closer. Mike Evans is at 68 yards. He still needs about, I think, 20-ish more to hit 1,000. Let's see, Mike Evans. He was at 915, needs 85 yards, so he needs to get a couple more receptions for a decent amount of yards. This is definitely probably like Bryce Young's best game, might be ever. When they're meant to tank and lose game, oh my god. Let's see. Okay, I'm getting lost in all these tabs I have. Let's see. This is not good for Mike Evans because Tampa Bay is like running the ball and they need to not do that. Penix drops back to throw. Throws out to his left. Too high, incomplete. 3rd and 10, they need a touchdown. They really don't have too much time left to do anything else because they already used one of their timeouts. They're going to have to go for it in 4th down if they get there. Yeah, and it looks like it's all but official. Unironically, the only way Evans is going to break... Evans is at 80 yards, actually. He needs about 5 more yards. So if they throw him a touchdown here, he will hit 1,000 yards. So he needs it. They need it. Yeah, Mole, they need to feed Mike Evans. Who cares about winning? Let the have faith in Carolina. Get Evans 1,000 yards. Just feed him 3 straight plays. Just go for it. Penix drops back to throw. Throws quick out to the right. It is going to be caught by Drake London for a first down. The Patriots do win. They are at the 4th overall pick. That means the Tennessee Titans have clinched the number 1 pick overall. Play for his Pitts gets about 5 yards. Hand the ball off on 2nd down for about a 2-yard gain and more. Bijan gets the first down. Now, that does, of course, mean that the, what's it called? The Patriots, the top 4 is already secured now, so that's official. With this being done, touchdown Atlanta, they are going to tie this game with an extra point, unless they go 4-2. So as of now, the top 4 is secured. It is going to be Titans 1, Browns 2, Giants 3, Patriots 4. Which, of course, means that the top 2 picks will be quarterbacks. Now, will it be Shedeur or Cam Ward? Who knows? One of them will be the top pick. And the Jaguars, Colts is going to overtime for the 5th overall pick. The 5th overall pick is essentially a battle at this moment between the Jets, Panthers, and Jaguars. If the Jags lose, they secure the 5th overall pick. If the Panthers lose and the Jags lose, the Panthers have control, but then the Jets, depends on what they do. Falcons kick the extra point to make it a tie game, by the way. Like 5 TDs for Bryce. Yeah, he has 5 TDs in this game. Daryl Johnson, by the way, Moose, the good old, the best figure in the UFL, literally said Bears fans are watching this saying, oh my gosh, how are we going to mess this up? And then immediately after saying that, literally the play he said that, they fumble the ball. That is hilarious. Good old Moose, W commentator. The first wildcard matchup is set. The Packers will face the Eagles. Since that game is officially over, the Bears do get the W. They upset them with a walk-off field goal to win the game. Midwest winter storm, bruh. We have not gotten snow yet in NC. We might get it like this week, but we haven't yet. Mike Evans still does not have 5 yards. This is not good. The Saints are going to get the ball back with like a minute 50. The Saints need to score a TD and get a 2-point conversion, or just turn the ball over immediately and have Tampa Bay just feed Evans. This is not good. Mike Evans' 1,000-yard streak is officially in jeopardy. Like, officially. This is really bad. I can't believe that, bro. Mike Evans might get screwed over. He might not get his 1,000-yard season, bro. The best receiver, the best player in the team's history is going to get screwed over, bro. I hope not, but it looks like it might. Scary Thierry scores a touchdown, like 2 seconds left to win the game against the Cowboys. Bryce throws a deep shot out to the left. It is incomplete. .42 seconds left for the Panthers. They have 2 timeouts left, 2nd and 10. I hate to say this, Bryce, throw a pick 6 right here. Let us secure this top, 5 pick. Please. Or top 6, I mean. Bryce evades the sack, throws out to his right. It is incomplete. No flag. I do not know who got the ball first, but the Colts are going to kick a field goal to either take the lead or win the game. I do not know which is which. Saints are driving. Again, we need the Saints to score a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, because that's the only way we're going to get Mike Evans back on the field to get his 1,000 yards. 35 seconds left. 2 timeouts for both teams. Let's see what they do. Ball snap. They're going to throw it again. If it's incomplete, Falcons might go for it. It's incomplete. Falcons might try to end this game in regulation. They're going to get the ball back. Spencer Rattler throws another pass. Saints are past midfield. Again, we're all hoping that the Saints score a touchdown and get a 2-point conversion. They get another 11 yards. The Bucs about to win this, yes, but we need the Saints to at least tie the game so we can get Mike Evans some more time on the field. There is a minute left. They're less than 40 yards away from the end zone. Punt is up. 25, 24. Falcons get the return. It's up to the 20, the 25, the 30, 33 with 19 seconds left, or 18 seconds left, 17. Wow, they just kicked off like 3 seconds. There's a flag. Panthers fans are signaling it's against the Falcons, which if it is, we're going to go to OT again. If not, then no. Okay, I hate my mouse sometimes. I'm trying to just read stuff, and it just doesn't work. Incomplete pass by Spencer Rattler. It's going to be 2nd and 10 with about a minute left. Another Falcons game to be an OT, 4th of the year. It does look like we're going to get this again. Holding penalty on Atlanta. They're probably just going to kneel this out and send it to overtime. Jags are currently driving again. They need to win the game. If they win or tie and the Panthers lose, the Panthers will secure a top 6 overall pick. Or if the Panthers lose and that happens, they actually secure the 5th overall pick no matter what, which of course is huge. So we'll see. Let's see. Are they going to go for it? They got 70 seconds left. They are going to look to go for it. They're going to need 2 huge plays to get a field goal with only 17 seconds left. Saints, Buccaneers, let's see. The Saints just threw another incomplete pass, 3rd and 10 with 54 seconds left. Now, of course, if the Falcons do end up not needing this game, a loss and a Miami win would move them up 1 spot in the draft order. That's pretty much all they can really move up. Like, pretty much. I mean, technically, they could also move up above Arizona and Indianapolis. So there is a possibility that they move up a couple spots, but Indy would have to win, which they might. So Atlanta can move up a potential 4 spots, despite, they could move up 4 spots thanks to strength of schedule and all that, if the Buccaneers end up winning. So, of course, that's a big deal. You got to keep watch on. "17 seconds left. Penix is in shotgun. He just hands off the ball. Bijan gets about 10 yards on the play, about 13. And they're just going to let the clock run down to OT. Jags are in 4th and 22. It does look like they are probably going to lose that game, which obviously does suck for the Panthers, but is what it is. Go over here. So we are going to overtime. This is the 2nd OT game of other streams we're doing it. So yeah. Let's see. Going to OT now. Again, this is a 2nd Panthers OT. This is a big deal, of course, for the tank as well as the Falcons potentially. Again, Saints, Buccaneers. I haven't gotten the final update yet, but the Saints are like on 4th and 5 right now. I'm trying to see when I'm going to get an update on either Twitter or on ESPN. Let's see. Again, the Jags do look like they are probably going to lose, barring they get a miracle 4th down play, which does secure them the 5th overall pick in the draft, which means the top 5 is 100% set in stone if it does end up happening. Mike Evans is trending, obviously. Spencer Rattler pass incomplete. The Saints, the Buccaneers get the ball with 36 seconds left. The Buccaneers better be throwing every single play to Mike Evans. I do not care if it forces them to lose. They need to. If they lose on like a pick six, 2-point conversion, OT, they shouldn't make the playoffs. They better throw this. If they just kneel it, that is such a weak move by their whole coaching staff. Come on. They better throw. He needs 5 yards, and he hits 1,000. I'm just literally just going back and forth. Bro, it's Todd Bowles. Yeah, true. I mean, it is true. But come on. (38-38) heading to OT, 10-minute overtime period, obviously, for the Falcons and the Panthers. Panthers are going to be getting the ball first. Again, a touchdown ends it. A field goal gives the Falcons a chance to score either a field goal to keep going or a touchdown to win it themselves. And the Buccaneers piss off every single person by kneeling the ball. So the Falcons are eliminated. So now we are in overtime, and the Falcons... Oh, he did get it? They didn't show it. Wait, what? Let me see. Did it show it? Oh, they did. 9 yards. Let's go. W play call. W play call. I didn't see that. Mike Evans hit his 1,000-yard season again. Massive, massive W for the Buccaneers. That's what they needed. Yes, sir. W Mike Evans. Bryce hands the ball off on first down. Goes to about the 33, 34-yard line. Mike Evans is that guy. First ballot Hall of Fame receiver. There is no arguing. He is a first ballot Hall of Fame receiver. All right. Now this is important. This is officially a tank game. Nothing more, nothing less. Only for the tank. Anything else, you're not playing for it correctly. Somehow, someway, the Jags game has not been updated on this site. That's not good. I think this site is being overloaded. Okay. Yeah, it definitely is. Okay. I'll talk about the scenarios after this play. Motion behind Bryce. Bryce is under center, one man behind him. Hands off the ball on second down. Sanders gets a first down and then about 5 more to the 45-yard line. All right, so if you're a Falcons fan, you're currently at a 5-16 strength of schedule. That is the weakest in your area aside from the Indianapolis Colts. So your worst record is 8-9. Obviously 8-9. Every other team has not finished their game yet technically. Wait, I thought they did. So the site crashed. Let's go. So can't mention it. Okay, we'll wait until it gets reset. Yeah, I think the site is being overloaded. It's legit just breaking. Bryce throws a quick pass out to the right. It is caught for a 50-yard, 45, 40, and out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. The point is, the Falcons, if they lose this game and a couple other teams win, they can move up about 2 spots. Thanks to the Cowboys losing, kind of hurts them there, but they can move up about like 2 spots. The Panthers are playing for the 6th overall pick, I believe. I'm trying to pull up the scores for everything. Okay, there we go. Got fixed. Okay. The Jacksonville, so the top 5 is set in stone. Titans, Browns, Giants, Patriots, Jags. Top 5. The Panthers and Jets, currently, because of strength of record, the Jets now have the edge over Carolina barely. So Carolina is trying to get the 5th overall pick, or the 6th overall pick, but it's not guaranteed. As for Atlanta, a win or a loss here, a loss by Atlanta, and then a win by Miami, and a win by the Cardinals can move them up 2 spots. Their best is 14, because the Colts will jump to 13 in that scenario. They can move up 2 spots. The Panthers can drop multiple spots or move up 1 spot pending how specific things go. So there is still some pick stuff that matter here. So yeah, Falcons can move up like 2 spots. Panthers can move up a spot or move down like 3. Bryce is in shotgun with one man to his right. Drops back to pass. Looks to his right. Throws to his right. It is caught for about a 7-yard gain by Adam Thielen to about the 30-yard line. Panthers are in field goal range. Again, Panthers did start this overtime period with the ball, meaning they have to score a touchdown to end it, or it's just going to be a field goal where the other team has a chance to get it. And Mike Evans got another $3 million because he had a $3 million incentive because of that. Third and 4 for the Carolina Panthers. Bryce is in shotgun by himself. He's got 3 receivers to his left, 2 to his right, all with separation from each other. Bryce drops back to throw. Quick throws to the left. It is going to be caught for a first down up to about the 23-yard line by Jalen Coker. Mike Evans has now had 11 straight 1,000-yard seasons. More importantly, he's done it straight. Which also ties him for the most consecutive with 11. So just continuing to make this even better and better for him. Good old Mike Evans. The greatest Tampa Bay Buccaneer of all time. Yes, I'm going to keep saying that. Bryce is under center, one man behind him. Bit of motion as well. Hands off the ball on first down. Sanders is running out to the right, and he's going to be tackled for about a loss of 2.5 yards, but he's going to be tackled inbounds to eat up the clock some more. This will be hilarious. We have not had a tie this NFL season. Could be now. That'd be hilarious. Again, this game does not matter for either team now. It's officially just playing for pride or the draft. Let's see here. 2nd and 12 for the Panthers. Bryce Young is under center again. Or he's in shotgun now. Drops back to throw. Throws it over the middle quick. It is caught by Jalen Coker again, who gets it to about the 10-yard line. They are probably going to call us 1st and goal, or they're going to call us 1st and 10 with the 1 yard, or the first down marker being like literally the half-yard line. Again, a touchdown ends the game and gives the Panthers a much not needed victory. Or the Falcons will somehow pull this off. 1st and goal. They did call it 1st and goal. Bryce Young lines up in shotgun once again. No one in the backfield with him. 2 out to his left, 2 out to his right, or 3 out to his right. 3 seconds on the play clock. Ball is snapped. Bryce looking to his right, looking to his middle, running out to his right, runs back, runs to his left, running towards the line of scrimmage. There's a little shuttle pass. It is caught by Coker, who is going to be tackled about a yard shy of the first down marker. It is actually 1st and 10, about a yard shy of the first down marker. Going to be less than 4 minutes on the clock now. The best wide receiver rookie on the Panthers, Jalen Coker, once again making big plays. He was stopped literally at the 1 yard line. This is going to be the end of the year right here for the Panthers and Falcons. 1st and goal at about the 1 yard line. They're going to eat up the clock as well. They're going to either win this game or going to tie this game. There ain't no losing is what they're doing right now. Less than 5 seconds on the play clock. Bryce is in shotgun with one man to his left, 2 receivers out to his right, and they're going to call a timeout. 3 minutes and 18 seconds left. Again, a Panthers win at this moment, a Panthers win would drop them to around the 9 spot at this moment, which would be a 2-spot loss, and a loss here would give them a really good chance of getting the 6th overall pick. As for the Falcons, a loss here will currently jump them 1 spot to 15 with the potential to jump another spot. And of course, the 4:25 p.m. window that's going to start now is important for the AFC's wildcard spot, as you have the 2 big games of the Broncos-Chiefs, and then you have the Dolphins-Jets game, which are both for essentially the last wildcard spot between the Broncos, Dolphins, and Bengals, which for those of you who do not know how that works, the Dolphins and Broncos have to lose for the Bengals to get in. The Dolphins need to win and have the Broncos lose and they get in, and the Broncos are just win and in. And obviously, in terms of the draft stuff for them, you're only going to move up a spot just like with the team right now. So, yeah. First and goal, Bryce hands off the ball, and it is a touchdown. The Panthers end the season with a 44-38 victory. The Falcons end their season losing in overtime to the Carolina Panthers. Panthers finished the season at 5-12, and the Falcons finish at 8-9. That is, of course, something else. What a way to end the season. The Panthers season. Let's see. I'm waiting to see if they update the thing on Tankathon really quick to get the overall best thing. Because, of course, the strength of schedule changes every game. Because a loss, especially with a division rival, it's a big impact on your strength of schedule. It's a huge reason why the Jets were able to move up where they did. Yes, the Panthers did officially win the game with that rushing touchdown to end it, finishing 5-12. This team was pretty much expected to win like 3 games. They won like 2 more than most people expected them to. Is it overall a good thing or a bad thing? I mean, they've basically played their way out of getting one of the truly big-name players they needed, like an Abdul Carter. Granted, because of the Giants and Patriots, how that ended up happening, that dream kind of died earlier today. You know, but Panthers did get the W. If you've enjoyed this stream, make sure to like it and subscribe if you haven't already. Again, just kind of waiting to see what this ends up coming up. If not, it is what it is. Just trying to wait for this to reset. Because, again, everybody's going to this site just because the game just ended. You know, big changes. The Panthers are going to move down a couple spots. Not good, but we kind of screwed our own tank over. Like, the Giants are the most famous one, but we ended the season winning 2 of 3. If we had lost both those games, obviously we would have been in the top 3 picks with our strength of record because we would have given other teams L's or would have given them W's. So we would probably be picking around like 2 or 3, I believe, because I think strength schedule might have not been higher than Tennessee. But, you know, as the saying goes, it is what it is. So, sucks that we won this game in some degree. It's cool we won it. It's cool to end the season, end the live stream. Because, again, I don't know for sure if I'm going to stream a playoff game, but if this ends up being the last live stream for like a couple months until the UFL season kicks off, unless I do like one more of those like off-season streams, which maybe I'll do it, who knows. But if this is the end, I think it's a cool way to end the NFL regular season. Again, overall, we pretty much know how the fantasy league ends. Mole 10 is going to win the championship there. Like I said, I'm going to send out his prize probably like tomorrow or something. Again, thank you all for being here. This was a fun one. Again, first stream of the new year. First stream since obviously coming back from vacation. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, thank you all for watching. If you've been a fan of the channel for a while, think about becoming a community member. 99 cents a month. Get team emojis, a bunch of other stuff. And a bunch of videos. For community members, I will probably be doing my community member video like this week or next week, and it will be an NFL playoff bracket video since obviously the playoff bracket's going to be set. So be on the lookout for that. Again, my state of the channel video will come out probably in the next 2 weeks. In terms of UFL videos to look out for, weakest to hardest schedule is probably the next one that's going to come out, unless I do a different schedule one, which will come out probably on Friday. Tomorrow, probably some sort of UFL and NFL video like I've been doing on Mondays usually. Again, thank you all for being here. As always, guys, have a great night.